turns out to be? How impressive is it gonna be? Where is CM Punk gonna be joining? Is it gonna be Raw? Is it gonna be SmackDown? And most importantly, what is Jey Uso here for? Why is he the one kicking off Raw? Let's find out. Alright, looks fired up. You know what? He's not wearing the Raw colors, I'll tell you that. Of course, he comes up to Raw, shows up to Raw in blue. And I'm not okay with that. Wow. Jey Uso, your acknowledges CM Punk, says he's excited about Punk being in the building here tonight. Wow. He is He's kind of being the wingman over here for CM Punk, is he not? Alright, Tony, I see Yeet in the chat. It's good to see you, Tony. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. It is good to see everybody across all the platforms. We got Twitch, we got YouTube, we're on Instagram right now. Hopefully everybody's doing well, and hopefully it's going to be a good draw tonight. Well worth our time. Alright. Welcome, Watch on Crazy. Welcome. That's right. Jesus looks fired up tonight, right? Wow. And out he comes. Drew McIntyre is not going to hold back. Jey Uso calls for him, and here he is. Drew McIntyre making his way out. Interesting. Gotta say that. Watching Crazy, welcome. Hope you're doing well. McIntyre is cool, but I've gotta say, the whole ring gear, the whole presentation has kind of grown old, at least to me. I feel like it needs a little bit of a revamp. It needs a little bit of the refreshment. It's still the same. When he was a face, it was pretty much the same. He's kind of a heel now. It's still the same. So I feel it needs some work. All right. Drew McIntyre making his way out right now. Let's see how this is going to be turned out to be. Andy, welcome to the chat. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. It is great to see all of you guys over here. There you go. McIntyre making his way out right here. And I'd like to say cheers to everybody joining us on Instagram right now. Hopefully, all of you guys are in for a good show tonight. Hopefully, this Raw turns out to be a good one. Gary, welcome. Hope you're doing well. And the CM Punk chants break up for the second time this night already. The fans were here definitely excited to see CM Punk. It's good to see everybody. I see a lot of people joining us over here on Instagram, across YouTube and Twitch as well. We got Raw Wassar over here. Good to see you. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. And we've got Fraser01 Official. Welcome. Yo, yo, yo. Hope you're doing well. Tony says, I hate that turncoat, Drew. Me too. Hate is a strong word, I'll tell you that. But still, that turncoat, I'm not a big fan of it either. Again, I'm really getting tired of the Drew McIntyre presentation. The Tron, the music, no offense, the turncoat, the whole attire, really. I feel like Drew McIntyre's presentation, it needs a little bit of work, and then it needs a little bit of revamp, is what I feel. Let me know, how do you guys feel in the comments? Andy says, both Seth and Becky's contract expire at the end of June. Interesting. I expect them to renew. I mean, why would they not? Seth Rollins has been having a great run as a champion. Becky Lynch also, of course, one of the best right now in the roster. I expect them to renew without a doubt. But yeah, they're supposed to expire at the end of June, as Andy says. True, welcome. Hope you're doing well. True, great to see you. What? Wait. So Drew McIntyre here comes out and takes shots at fans, at viewers. Okay, good to see everybody once again. We've got True saying the WWE presentation is tiring. That's interesting. Nate, welcome. Anil, welcome. Andy was saying good to see everybody. We've got Fraser here saying Drew needs a whole character revamp, new theme song, new moves. I totally agree with that, 100%. Oh, it's kicking off the show here. I thought they were just gonna come out here and talk. But no, they're starting off the show with Drew McIntyre versus Jey Uso. That's good. That is sweet. And here we are, Jey Uso now with a clothesline to Drew McIntyre, sending him down to the ringside. I believe this is the cue for the first commercial break of the night. I think so. Are we going to do a commercial? It seems like it. There we go. Drew McIntyre takes off his turncoat, and really, he's doing us all a favor by taking off that turncoat. I'm totally not a fan of it. That's right, it's a commercial break indeed. You know, the placement of this commercial break reminded me of the older WWE 2K games that came out a few years ago, where you could interfere during an entrance, and the wrestler would make its way to the ring, still in his entrance attire, and then you would fight for a couple of seconds before it would just pan to the audience, and then when it would pan the camera back to the ring, the wrestlers would be in their ring gear. And this kind of reminded me of that. But yeah, the first commercial break of the night, and 30 minutes after the show went on the air, which is interesting because usually the WWE, they go to commercials every 10 minutes with Raw and Smackdown, but tonight 13 minutes, so they're being a little bit generous over here. Once again, good to see everybody. Fraser says, just me, ooze day one-ish. That's right, absolutely. Ooze definitely. Day one-ish. Me too, brother, me too. We've got Anil saying 2023 was a great year for Seth. Without a doubt, they brought about this whole title only for Seth Rollins to hold. He really has been the sole holder of the World Heavyweight Championship. You should be very proud of that accomplishment. 2023 was indeed a great year for Seth Rollins. What really makes me wonder is somebody gonna cash in on Seth Rollins by somebody, I mean Damian Priest? Is he gonna cash in on Seth Rollins at WrestleMania? Maybe mid-match, mid-main event of WrestleMania Night 1, Night 2? Damian Priest cashes in and gives Seth Rollins a taste of his own medicine. It could happen. I feel like it would be just a deja vu for him in some way. It would be interesting. I think that there's chances that it actually happens, that Damian Priest recreates history, I guess. But we'll find out. We've got Andy saying, enjoy Drew McIntyre, for he could be leaving sometime next year. I don't know if he'll leave, but of course the speculation is up there. I don't know. I think if he does leave, though, for another company, might work out only in his favor. We'll see that. By the way, we've got Hio ITMTG over here. Good to see you. I missed you too. That's right. We are tonight live on Twitch, on YouTube, as well as on Instagram. It is good to see everybody across all the platforms. Hopefully all of you are doing well. And that's right, Tony. Darn it, another commercial break right here. Indeed, brother. Indeed. And let's see. Good to see everybody once again. Yep. All right, so the first commercial break of the night going on. Also, the dirt sheets, they have been reporting a lot of stuff lately. Lots of interesting news coming on these websites. Let me know if there's any news that caught your eye lately and made you go, For me, that news was of the one and only Mark Briscoe. So the WWE on Fox Twitter account, they put up a post with the caption, "Dem boys." And Mark Briscoe took offense to that, right? Mark Briscoe did not appreciate that a lot. And he immediately took to his own Twitter account and he called out Triple H, he called out the WWE on Fox, the team, and he asked Triple H to fire or at least punish the guy behind the tweet for his lack of knowledge or just his pure insensitivity. Of course, the fans also supported Mark Briscoe. Some did, some did not. But ultimately, Mark Briscoe realized that, maybe he got carried away, and then he later on also apologized. So this is Mark Briscoe. This is the tweet. I mean, this is the whole thing, the story. As you can see, Briscoe calls out WWE and Fox for Dem Boy's tweet. If you look at the tweet itself, this is the tweet, guys. It says, Dem Boys, and it has a picture of course, the Hurt Business right over here. So Montez Ford, Bobby Lashley, Angelo Dawkins. So Mark Briscoe immediately took to his Twitter account. He says, for real? This is hilarious, Triple H. Whoever runs this Twitter account should probably be fired for lack of knowledge, or they need the taste of slapped out of their mouth for reverence. So this is what Mark Briscoe immediately responded with. Of course, later on he realized that maybe he made a mistake. And this is what he wrote later on. He says, oh yeah, that's why I quit posting on Twitter, LOL. Just logged back on, and, of course, he just says that I miss my brother, and that's all. And I got a little bit of feeling, so he just got a little carried away. And then he ends up, the tweet by asking Triple H to not fire anybody. After all, times are tough for everyone. And you just gotta spread love. That's it. So of course, got carried away, and you cannot blame him. After all, the man has lost his brother. So that's that. But here we are, guys, back from the commercial break, and Jey Uso doesn't look like he's doing too well. Down right now, Drew McIntyre leading, dominating. We've got Chris saying Charlotte Flair could miss WrestleMania, probably a torn ACL. WrestleMania, if it actually happens, it will be just absolutely. I would feel for Charlotte. After all, she has been the staple of WrestleManias for quite some time now. And, this year would be the 10th anniversary of Charlotte Flair's own WrestleMania appearances. Because, 10 years ago at WrestleMania 30, Charlotte Flair appeared alongside Sasha Banks, alongside Alexa Bliss, to help Triple H with his entrance. If you guys remember, Triple H's majestic entrance about 10 years ago, WrestleMania 30, Charlotte Flair was there, used as one of the extras. 10 years later, WrestleMania 40, if she actually misses it, it will be heartbreaking, because not only is she gonna miss WrestleMania, she's gonna miss A, her 10th year anniversaries of WrestleMania, B, she's going to miss 4-decade celebration of WrestleMania this year. We're going to be celebrating 40 years of Mania, and of course, to miss it would be heartbreaking. So that's that. We've got Nate saying, wait till Mark Briscoe finds out the 2K15 had Wiz Khalifa's song, brother. Don't remind me of that song. I used to hate that song, and I would still use that in present tense. I hate that song. Really, I get nightmares because it's that song. Absolutely terrible song, I'll tell you that. But here we are now, guys. We got Drew McIntyre punching Jey Briscoe straight in the face. Jey Uso straight in the face. Got carried away over there, God bless. But Uso down right now. We've got True says, will TNA still be able to work with other promotions going forward? That's like a very interesting question, True, because I expect them to work with other promotions. I totally do. But then you've got the Endeavor streaming deal now, right? Endeavor is going to help them with the TNA Plus streaming app. So even though it looks like, okay, this is a sister company, or Endeavor is the parent company, it's a subsidiary of Endeavor, and it shouldn't really have a big influence on TNA and their business decisions. Behind the scenes, it probably will. So is Endeavor going to be okay with TNA working with, for example, AEW? Or are we over here trying to create a wrestling monopoly with, TNA and WWE and all those in the corner? So we'll find out. Of course, right now, if you look at the dirt sheets, if you Google this up, you'll find various different information. But I feel like the only correct answer at this moment is that we'll just have to wait and find out, because at the end of the day, business is business, and you have to keep people happy. So, TNA working with AEW, is that going to make Endeavor happy? The parent company of TKO? Probably not. We'll find out, I guess. But let me know, what do you guys think? Is TNA going to be able to work with AEW now they have entered some sort of a deal with Endeavor, the parent company of the TKO? Let me know what you guys feel. Well, we've got Andy here. Good to see you, Andy. Good to see you, Mr. D saying. Chris says, hopefully Charlotte does not have a torn ACL. Yeah, fingers are crossed, brother. We're hoping for the best. We're hoping that Charlotte is going to be okay soon. That's for sure. Once again, good to see everybody on Instagram as well. Lots of people joining us over here. Tim T. Clark, Anthony Warda. We've got Wolverine313. Good to see everybody. Welcome over here. We've got Nate saying, the artists that I hate are Cardi B Ice, Spice Spice, and I see, Nate. All right, I get that. You're not into that kind of music. That's okay. Clay says, what's up, AJ? How are you doing? I want to meet Bailey. How do you meet her? That's sweet. Clay, that is sweet. Well, I hope that you get to meet Bailey. You know, definitely WrestleMania Access would be one place to do so. Hopefully. But with that being said, guys, we are currently in the second commercial of the night. It's been about 22 minutes since the show just went on the air, and currently we are on the second commercial. Mark is right here in the chat. Mark, welcome. Hope you're doing well, Mark. And it's been a sweet start to the show. Nothing crazy so far, I would say. It's just been a nice and sweet start. Let's take a look at the preview, the lineup for the show, to see what else can we expect happening tonight. Yeah, let's take a look at it there very quickly. Once again, long time no see. I know, Mark, long time indeed, brother. Hopefully you're doing well. All right, so here we are, of course, the lineup for tonight's show. The highlight, as usual, is CM Punk. Is CM Punk going to sign with Raw, or is he going to end up NXT or maybe Smackdown? Hopefully, we'll get some answers tonight. I doubt it. I don't think that, they're going to give us that answer tonight. I don't know if he's going to sign with Raw tonight. They're probably going to be milking the cow a little bit more until they actually, cannot, I feel. So we're going to find out. Of course, Cody Rhodes and Shinsuke Nakamura is going to take place tonight. So this is going to be a sweet one. Of course, the match is taking place tonight, not on a pay-per-view, because the next pay-per-view that takes place is going to be the Rumble. So it's going to be too much of a wait, to delay it till the Rumble. So the match is taking place tonight. Should be a good one. Nia Jax and Becky Lynch drama is going to continue tonight. Becky Lynch is going to be adding another chapter to, of course, her already existing rivalry with Nia Jax. Should be sweet, and tonight she calls out Nia. So we'll find out. This match, of course, is the one kicking off Raw, and currently in a second commercial break for this match. And then we've got Maxine Dupree taking on Rhea Ripley in a non-title action. The biggest match of Maxine Dupree's in-ring career, without a doubt. And she's going to be taking on Rhea Ripley. It should be good. We're going to find out. So this is basically the preview for the show tonight. It's been alright so far. Nothing crazy. No fireworks yet, right? Let's see. Phil claimed that he was signing tonight. Really? That's interesting, sure. Let's see if he actually, stands to his words, I guess. Gotta find out. We got Nate says, I feel like a majority of WWE talent would be a chill hang. Definitely. And I can say this, from first-hand experience. Every single WWE talent, or most of them that I've actually interacted with, that I've interviewed, have been just so cool. Just so modest, down to earth. If not, it's fun to play with their characters, such as Gunther, right? Absolutely not humble. Such as Ludwig Kaiser. Absolutely not a humble guy, but it's fun to play along with their characters. They're very cool people, 100%. We got Anil says, are you happy that Carmelo Hayes, I told you so, right? We were talking about this, Anil, last week, that who is going to be entering that US tournament from NXT. And the first person that I named instantly was Carmelo Hayes. Did turn out to be Carmelo Hayes, and I'm glad, he deserves the opportunity. Of course, Trick Williams already doing his own thing over here in NXT. He's going to be fighting for the World Championship. He's going to be fighting Dragon Novari, so that's spectacular. And then you've got Carmelo possibly fighting for the US title. It's great. I love it. I love it. We've got True saying Maxine is going to get her ass kicked. Well, it's going to be quite a spectacle either ways. We're going to find out. Nia is going to sit on Becky, says True. That is interesting. Well, let's see. Wrestling Big Fan, thanks for the love. Mark says, AJ, I don't know if you got to see it, but on NXT there was an interaction between Punk and Cora Jade. Yes, he did. He did reference AJ Lee's real name as well. We know the history, between Cora and Punk. Cora is a big fan. We've seen videos of Cora that were posted by WWE's own social media handle, where Cora, as a fan, interacted with CM Punk, went to meet him at one of the UFC meet and greets, during his days with the UFC, broke down into tears during their interaction, and of course, it all has come full circle now that they actually shared the same locker room this past weekend. So that's that. Once again, thank you for the love, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Singh. Thank you, everyone. And here we are. We've got Jey Uso, actually, who seems like he's got the match in control, who seems like he is dominating this action right now. Jey Uso waiting for Drew McIntyre to get him back on his feet over here as he waits in that corner. Uso, and he's gonna go for the big one, it seems. That's right. Running over to McIntyre. McIntyre gets out of the way over here. Jey Uso goes chest first into the turnbuckle, and a neck breaker here from Drew McIntyre. That's right. We've got both the guys actually flat on the mat right now. We got Nate here asking, if I met Walter, that's Gunther, I'd ask about his diet because I now look how he is in his indie days. That's right. Now, Gunther, it's crazy because a lot of people look at Walter, they look at Gunther, and they refuse to believe that these two are the same guy. Like, literally, within a span of just years, it's been such a big transformation, and Gunther, of course, looks fantastic. So, definitely, the diet on point. It's a good question, actually, to ask him whenever we get to meet him, to ask about his diet. I think it's spectacular. But here we are now, Jey Uso with a super kick to Drew McIntyre. McIntyre is down flat on the mat right now. Uso looking to put this to an end off the top turnbuckle. McIntyre gets his knees up in time over here. Jey Uso paying for the high-risk maneuver over there, and McIntyre puts him, at the end of the day, go for the cover on Uso, and it's, oh dear, he kicked out. Uso has kicked out. The match still continues. Very interesting. Jey will lose this, true. Well, he came very close to actually losing the match over there, but it's a kick out. I still cannot believe that Tony actually beat True for the championship. Tony was on fire. Tony, you were great this past weekend, and of course you won the predictions champion, rightfully so, but wow, incredible performance this past weekend, Tony. You have defeated our longest reigning champion, True, right there, just so easily. Good stuff, Tony. Proud of you. And here we are now, McIntyre, the heel McIntyre, exposing the top turnbuckle just like that. Yeah. And he's ready. It looks like he wants to go in for this. There you are. Oh my goodness, Jey Uso. They're out of nowhere with a spear to McIntyre, going for the cover, and McIntyre kicks out. Wow. Both the guys have hit each other with the best that they've got, and it's been a kick out from their opponents. That's crazy. Jey Uso hits him with a tremendous spear, still a kick out, and as the referee clearly distracted to get the turnbuckle pad back on the exposed turnbuckle, of course, McIntyre, the heel McIntyre, takes advantage. Oh dear. And this should be it. Going for the cover on Uso now. So 1-2. And it's over, guys. McIntyre with the victory. True is correct. True is right. Wow. McIntyre has defeated Jey Uso right here. We got Natik in the chat. Natik, welcome all the way over on Twitch. And he says, glad to see you back on Twitch. We can work on the points for the chat. Oh my goodness. This guy is the ultimate heel. Forget about McIntyre. Natik right here. The ultimate heel. The super kicks are way over. They need to find other moves to use. I feel bad for Shawn Michaels. If he was an active wrestler, he would be so mad as well. But yeah, the super kicks definitely over. Definitely. We got True here saying Tony can hold it for me. He's gonna keep it firm for you, brother. True. And Nate says my Duolingo is getting what's happening over there, Nate. What's happening over there? Once again, great to see everybody over on Twitch and Instagram as well as on YouTube. Always a good time to be watching some Raw together. That's for sure. Yeah. All right, McIntyre once again victorious over Jey Uso. With that being said, that's our first 30 minutes of Monday Night Raw. Let me know if you enjoyed the first 30 minutes, because I feel that these 30 were kind of average, not the greatest, and a decent start to Raw is what I would call it. Yeah. McIntyre celebrating his victory in the ring over here. Good to see you. Welcome. Hi, AJ. So good to see you here. So good to see you as well. Hopefully doing well. Alright, so now we know that Cody Rhodes and Shinsuke Nakamura is going to be closing the show. It's going to be the main event of the night. It's not going to be a CM Punk promo. CM Punk promo is going to be in the middle of the show, is what we know now. But Cody Rhodes versus Nakamura is going to be wrapping up this show tonight, which is interesting. Quite interesting. But of course, we're looking at a span of reactions, of course, and the reception from the superstars towards CM Punk. Some have been quite welcoming, some quite hostile. We just heard Jey Uso. He's happy to have Punk over here. But of course, McIntyre, contrary to Uso, says he would not allow Punk to share the same locker room as himself on Raw. So we'll find out what happens. I hope CM Punk signs exclusively to Raw, says Tony. I agree. I totally do. And also, business-wise, right, we know that Fox and WWE are not renewing their contracts. Fox has literally wished, in their own words, they have wished the WWE all the best or good luck in the future endeavors. Really, they future endeavored the WWE, which is crazy. But Fox has moved on, is what they said themselves. So it's quite interesting. I don't think that the WWE would actually benefit a lot from giving such good business to Fox, since they have technically moved on from next year. So I think that if they were to sign CM Punk exclusively to a single brand, it will be most likely Monday Night Raw. I think so. Business-wise, I think it makes just sense. You're right, Tony. A cheap shot from Drew indeed over there. We've got, hello, good to see you, wrestling big fan. Welcome. I might want to learn my Spanish. I'm going to go, oh, I see, Nate. That's sweet. That's sweet. It's always good to know a few languages. That's nice. All right. We've got Kamal Pro Wrestler over here, and they say, waiting for the comeback of AJ Lee. Right here on Instagram, I agree with that. Now, AJ Lee, I think it's a matter of time. If CM Punk could return, I think AJ Lee probably will be back in some capacity. I'm not going to say that she's going to be back as a wrestler, but who knows, perhaps she's going to return as a manager, or maybe they find some other role for her, but I do expect AJ Lee back in some capacity. We'll find out, Of course, it's not always the case that spouses make their way to the company once their better half is back. For example, Cody Rhodes, right? A lot of people thought, okay, Brandy is gonna be back as well. Hasn't happened yet. Doesn't look like it's gonna happen either. So it could be both the things, but I feel like the fact that CM Punk has been referencing AJ Lee a lot, and also their own social media handle referencing AJ Lee here and there, I expect her to be back sometime later in some capacity. For sure, I do expect that. Once again, good to see everybody over here. We are now on commercial number 3, right? If I'm not wrong, the third commercial of the night upon us already, and the WWE staying true to the 10 minutes rule over here, guys. They go to a commercial break every single 10 minutes. That's for sure. And that's right. This is the third commercial break of the night. Once we are back from the commercial break, we know that we're going to be getting a vignette featuring Shinsuke Nakamura and a segment featuring the Judgment Day. That's what's going to be happening once we are back from the commercial break. Of course, just like I said earlier, CM Punk delivering the promo is not going to be closing the show tonight. Instead, it's going to be placed in the middle of the show. And the main event, the match that's going to be closing the show, it's going to be Cody Rhodes versus Shinsuke Nakamura. So that is what we know already. Once again, great to see everybody. We got Swag Daddy Captain over here. I like that. Great name. Is that an Eddie profile picture? That's cool. One of the greatest cartoons of all time, without a doubt. Well, all right. So commercial break still going on. But let me know, how do you like Raw so far? To me, it's been just, it's been a nice and decent start. Hopefully, it's gonna get better with time. Let's see. Also, for those watching this stream on Instagram right now, if you would like to get in on the full experience, join the chat and everything, join the whole community, make sure to join us either on Twitch or on YouTube, as we are on full screen over there on Twitch and YouTube. And yeah, it's double the fun. So if you're enjoying the watch along on Instagram already and you would like to get the full experience, join us on Twitch or YouTube. It's the same username everywhere. That's Wrestling News. That's right. Once again, great to see you. I love that swag, Daddy. That's awesome. Love it. All right, we got official Ray Ramos over here. Dade Bryce. Much love to everybody. Welcome. Flavio Manchester 10. Great to see all of you. Are you guys all watching Raw tonight, or are you going to be watching it later? Or are you not going to bother watching Raw at all? Let us know. All right. Let's see, Chris. Deadline was quite a show. Of course, the fallout from Deadline, we're going to be seeing it tomorrow night at NXT. And yeah, it should be good. Of course, we watched Deadline yesterday. This past Saturday, this past weekend, was a spectacular show. The fallout, we're going to be there to watch it as well. So tomorrow night, NXT, we're actually going to be doing a watch along for the show as well. So the first time in quite some time, we're going to be doing a watch-along stream for NXT, so looking forward to seeing you all there. And here we are, guys, back from the commercial break. Good to see you, Andrew, by the way, in the chat on Instagram. Good to see you, Andrew. Slaps1821. We got Duke City 117 and Mandeep Kam. Good to see all of you guys over here on Instagram. And speaking of Raw, Shinsuke Nakamura is over here cutting his vignette. Good to see you, Surjit. Welcome. Again, I'm so glad that Shinsuke Nakamura gets to speak Japanese. This is something that I've been talking about for like 2 years now, that he should be allowed to speak Japanese and have subtitles in place, right? And finally, they've done it, and I'm so glad that they actually did it. It's perfect. It's perfect. We got a comment, by the way, over here from Chris saying, "Happy birthday, Rey Mysterio." That's right. Tonight, it's 3 wrestling stars who share the birthday. We've got Rey Mysterio, of course, whose birthday it is today. Also, tonight is Sonny Kiss's birthday, the former AEW talent. And we've got James Ellsworth, the chinless, the first ever chinless WWE Superstar, also celebrating his birthday. So that's that. Surjit, good to see you. Chris Roxon is being sent to join either Raw or Smackdown, says Andy. Hopefully, I think she's absolutely main roster ready, so why not? I love that. For a second, I thought that was a Dragon Ball Z clip. Apparently not. That's a Shinsuke Nakamura in anime. Interesting. It makes him look a lot muscular for sure. Natik says, "I'm everywhere, AJ. I'm on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube." It's interesting that I see that. Yeah, Natik, once again, welcome. You're much loved here. You're awesome. All right. We've got Anil says, Chance McMahon, yep, my birthday was this Friday the 8th. Not really, Natik. I hope you had a great birthday, Natik. Much love to you. And here we are now with a Judgment Day. That is so funny. Is R-Truth really getting on the Judgment Day nerves? Really? I cannot believe it. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. We're seeing some cracks in the Judgment Day once again. Doesn't seem to run Raw tonight. Absolutely not. That's interesting. So, Rhea Ripley, the only champion, by the way, of the Judgment Day now, right? Nobody else holds the gold but Rhea Ripley. So she's the leader for a reason. But she says that tonight for the Judgment Day, she's going to make an example out of Maxine Dupree. Obviously, a little too overconfident. And as we see right now, guys, yes, it's true. Ivy Nile is actually going to be there for Maxine tonight. Ivy Nile will be escorting her, accompanying Maxine Dupree to the ring tonight. That's for sure. Yep. Oh, that was funny. All right. With that being said, we've got Rhea Ripley coming out now. It's going to be a sweet match, I believe, against Maxine Dupree. Always a pleasure watching these two in the ring, and I mean both Maxine and Rhea Ripley. We see Maxine very rarely actually stepping into the ring for some action, but Rhea Ripley, of course, being there is always a treat. It should be a good match overall. Maxine is going to be accompanied to the ring by Ivy Nile. Rhea Ripley coming out here all by herself. And let's see what else do we have here. We've got Natik once again. A very happy but belated birthday, Natik. I'm glad you had a great time. That's fantastic. That's right. Who are the tag team champions? And of course, the tag team champions on the Judgment Day. But technically, I feel like the WWE does not take the tag team division seriously in itself. Of course, Dominic Mysterio being the North American champion, I feel like he was still a fighting champion. With the tag team division, I don't know. It feels like the WWE pretends to care, when the time is right. Other times they don't really care about the tag team division at all. So that's that. That's what I feel about the whole division at the moment. Kamal says, I'm glad to let Nakamura to speak in his language. They make him look more dangerous. Exactly. No longer does he have to pretend to be somebody that he's not. And that's a scary English speaking dude, because he is a lot more scarier, and he's a lot more ruthless, and he's a lot more comfortable in his own language, that is Japanese. And Japanese sounds absolutely scary. And, I'm glad that tonight they actually had some anime references for Nakamura, because there are a lot of people across the world, North America or anywhere else, who consume anime and who relate, anime and Japanese. People watch anime not dubbed in English, but they watch it in Japanese because it's more organic, it's more natural, it sounds better, and they choose to read subtitles in English. They're giving Nakamura the same treatment, and it's perfect. And I don't know if they're gonna be producing more anime kind of content or videos for Nakamura, but that would also be, I feel, a step in the right direction, and it might work out in their favor. Who knows? Maybe later we actually get a full-on anime series on Nakamura. It could be possible. It could be possible. There's a lot of possibilities there. The WWE just has to explore it. Of course, they're not very comfortable in this territory either, because the WWE has always been about English, right? You have to be able to speak good English or you're gonna get buried. We know that. It's been like this for quite a while. Now in the TKO umbrella, they're now exploring some uncharted territory, such as letting Nakamura speak Japanese, which is very interesting once again. But this could actually work out in their favor. They just have to explore it a lot. That's it. Broman in the chat, by the way, right here on Twitch. Much love to you, Broman. Good to see ya. We got True saying gold is gold. That's true. But they need to give the tag team titles a revamp. I have to say it again. The fact that these guys come out, holding two sets of those titles in 2023, it makes no sense, and there is no reason for them to not get a revamped title. Why carry two blue and red belts when every other belt is now not red or blue, So it makes no sense to me. Once again, Ricky, welcome, welcome, welcome. We've got True Judgment Day still champions, that's right. They did anime for Xia Li, but how did that work out? That did not work out well at all, right? Xia Li, again, one of those stars who's only on TV once in a blue moon. That's about it. We don't see her often, so it's often easy to forget Xia Li or everything that she's done in the company. She's barely there, so that's that. Get ready to grind towards the Nautic stop. Stop. We've got Anti-Cosmic Alien. Good to see you, Anti-Cosmic Alien, right here on Twitch. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Great to see you again. We got Ricky Singh. I'm so mad for my girl Roxanne. She lost last Saturday on Deadline. She will turn heel, says Ricky. So Ricky, what would you like better? For Roxanne to stay NXT and turn heel, or would you like for her to move on and come over to the main roster? What would you like better? Pick your pill, the blue or the red, right? Let me know. Of course, there's behind every loss at NXT, there could always be the chance that the guy gets pushed over to the main roster. So we'll find out with Roxanne. Of course, she is super talented. We all know that, and hopefully she's going to make it to the main roster sooner than later. This is commercial break number... 1 second, how long has it been? I believe this should be commercial break number 4, right? This is commercial break number 4. 4 commercial breaks so far, guys. Again, they're sticking to that rule. 1 commercial every single 10 minutes. That's that. And here we are, Rhea Ripley, of course, looking confident. Once again, great to see everybody on YouTube constantly joining us, and on Instagram and Twitch. Shinera Banner 0731, we got Julian CH08, Zach Cruz 5678, and Herdzilla. I like that name a lot. Welcome everybody right here on Twitch. Hopefully you guys are all watching Raw tonight. And if you are, let me know, how do you like the show so far? Of course, the show, we started off tonight's Raw with a sweet sort of match between Drew McIntyre and Jey Uso. My only complaint with that match was that it was extended to 3 segments, whereas it could have easily been 2 or even 1. But they had to extend the whole thing up to 3 segments. We first got a Jey Uso segment, then we got Drew McIntyre, interfering or interrupting him. Got a little promo exchange between the two before we switched to the match, and we got a Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre match with 2 commercial breaks in it. So that was my only complaint. Then we got a Nakamura vignette and a Judgment Day backstage segment. And now here we are, of course, with Maxine Dupree and Rhea Ripley. Ivy Nile in the corner of Maxine. Let's not forget that. We got Ricky here saying, I'd love to see Roxanne go to the main roster, but not yet. Maybe Raw after WrestleMania or Smackdown after Mania. So you think the time is not right for her to go to the main roster just yet? I think that's sweet. Sure. Keep the best for last. Keep the best for when the time is right. I agree with that. And Rhea Ripley now grabbing the arm of Maxine and now heading over the clotheslines over and over again. We know that Rhea Ripley told the Judgment Day members early on that tonight she's going to make an example out of Maxine, and it looks like she's doing just that. Series of clotheslines here to Maxine, and now she was looking for the pile driver. I don't know if Maxine slipped or was she trying to defend herself. It seemed like she slipped. She's so thin she slipped, I guess. But here we are now. Hurricane... Oh, that was so bad. Oh my, I want to forget it. I don't know. That was so bad. But it seemed to me like Maxine was trying to send her over to the turnbuckle, but Rhea Ripley did not even touch it. Like, her head was like miles away from the turnbuckle pad. I don't know if that was the way it was supposed to be, but it did not look like it. Anyways, Maxine now with a nice drop kick over there to Rhea Ripley. Was going to go for the boot, but Maxine with a nice reversal or dodge, and she grabs Rhea Ripley from behind. Was going to go for the German suplex. Rhea Ripley holds onto the ropes and now follows that up with the boot to the face to Maxine. Maxine goes down hard. Rhea right behind Maxine Dupree. Looks like she could be looking to put this to an end over here now, and it could be it. Yeah, it's it. Man, I've got to say, something not right about Maxine wrestling tonight. I don't know. Yeah, the match was not buttery smooth. I'll tell you that, and I kind of blame Maxine for it, I feel. But Ricky's got them big ol' eyes over here for, I believe, Maxine. That's right. Gary says, I thought Nia Jax was wrestling Mommy. No, Nia Jax tonight is going to be in a segment with Becky Lynch, apparently. Not Mommy. Not Mommy. This is bad. I'd rather see Ivy versus Rhea. I agree with that. True. Tonight, I'm not sure if this is the way that it's supposed to be, but you can tell that Maxine is not even taking those moves very well, right? She's not selling them very well. When Rhea's picking her for example, the pile driver, it's not buttery fluid, and that's because Maxine is not able to go very well along with Rhea, I feel. So this was an awful match, without a doubt. A 1-star or below 1-star match. But we followed that up with a nice face-off between Rhea and Ivy. Hopefully the match between the two will be better than Rhea and of course Maxine that we just saw. Surjit, welcome, good to see you. Mommy's not happy tonight, says Ricky. Absolutely. Yeah, Rhea Ripley is not happy. That's without a doubt. And Sizzling Rohia says, hey AJ, looking great, amazing studio. Thank you for that. Thank you. I'm glad you like the studio. I'm glad you're here tonight. And hopefully you're enjoying Raw. We've got Ashu here, Ashu0311. Hello, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. So, Kaden Carter and Kadana Chance went to an electro dance festival. Is that right? Good for them. Did they get paid by Electro Dance Carnival to promote their festivals and what? It seems like it. Yeah, they definitely got paid for that EDC spot, right? Yeah, definitely. Hey, Rush, good to see you, brother. He says your video keeps zooming in super close. Well, sorry about that. There are going to be some technical glitches here because we're trying it for, this is the second time. There could be some technical hiccups. We're actually streaming it simultaneously on Twitch, on YouTube, and on Instagram, so there could be some technical glitches here and there, but trying to work around that. Thank you for letting me know, Rush. I'll definitely see if we can fix that right now. Thank you. But here we are now. Adam Pearce with what it seemed like was a contract to Monday Night Raw. He went to CM Punk's office, and apparently we're gonna get the CM Punk promo up next. Hopefully we do get the answer of where is he going to be signing. But yeah, CM Punk is going to be delivering the promo up next. Following that, it's going to be Bronson Reed, who is going to be taking on Ivar in a match. So that's that. It's crazy. It's been about an hour since the show kicked off, and so far there hasn't been anything. Let's just say there have been no fireworks so far, right? I think that's the best thing to say. We got Chris J. Caprio over here. Good to see you, Chris J. Caprio. Welcome, welcome. Gary here saying, I'm trying to juggle 2 football games, Raw and the Watchalong. Wow, that's legendary, Gary. That's 4 things that you're watching at once. Talk about multitasking. That's great. And Ricky says, oh, CM Punk is next. Oh dear. Hopefully there are going to be some fireworks now that the CM Punk commercial is coming up next. Interesting way to kick off the second hour of the show. I think it's genius. Usually we see the ratings dip in the second hour, but if you have Punk kicking off the second hour, of course the ratings are going to spike. So it's an interesting way to keep people on board even in the second hour of the show. That is for sure. Like Ricky, I like that. Victor is right here. Victor, welcome. And he says, have no fear, the great one is here. I like that. That's right. The great one indeed. CM Punk coming up next. That's right. We got Sizzle here says, "How Rush? Wow, you are here. I love that. And really, Rush is great." We've got Sizzling says, "Really, it's fine for me. It's steady here. It's steady for you. Okay. So Rush, maybe brother, just try to restart the app and it should get fixed. Sometimes it's the app just glitching out here and there. So that's that." We got Kamal saying, "I hope they take the women's tag team divisions and championships seriously." I agree with that totally. They should. They really should take those titles seriously. It's sad because so far we haven't seen an inch of seriousness with the tag team titles, the women's tag team titles to be particular. Actually, both the men's and women's tag team titles not treated very well. For the men's, it's like they put the titles on the team that is super over, and they just forget about those titles' existence. For example, when the Bloodline was super over, when they were at their peak, right? They put those titles on the Usos, and they forgot about it. Like, they had nothing to do. Like, those titles, that the WWE knew that they were in safe hands, and they had to do nothing with them. So they just forgot that the tag team titles existed, and they left the Usos to babysit those titles. That's it. And when the Bloodline thing came falling apart, they found a new faction, that's the Judgment Day, and they gave those titles to the Judgment Day for them to babysit them. That's it. But they don't really care about those titles, and that's clear as day. Now, talking about the women's tag team titles, of course we know that Chelsea, was in a tag team with their good friend before she got injured. And then we had Piper just getting in Chelsea's face, taking away one of those titles and saying that we are now the tag team champions. And literally, they've been tag team champions ever since. So that's that. Of course, both the titles, men's and women's, they deserve more seriousness. They deserve a better creative, especially the women's. But I guess we have to deal with it for now. It doesn't look like they are very interested in doing something big with the women's tag team titles, at least right now. Nautic says, "Yep, it's CM Punk. We get to hear more lies about how he's home." Nautic is not buying Punk's promos, I see. Nautic says, "We're now gonna get to hear more lies about how he's home and how he loves the WWE. Please, Punk, be honest and say what you said when you signed with WWE was to get money. Yeah, to pay the fines from AEW. To pay the fines from AEW. That's interesting. But here we are now, Brother Nautic and everybody. We are here with Adam Pearce, who is holding the Raw contract in his hands, hoping that he can sign CM Punk." All right. And with that being said, CM Punk is on his way out right here, guys. Hopefully, making the right decision as well. All right. Again, love the t-shirt that he's wearing. Hell froze over. Very, very smart. All right, but CM Punk making his way out. Again, I'm one of those people, I guess very few people, who was not surprised when CM Punk showed up at Survivor Series. I did not freak out. I was kind of expecting that. The fact that first it was reported that he was going to be there, and then the cover up, and then just them trying to do some damage control, saying, of course he's not going to show up. And then they put a lot of emphasis on the fact that he was not going to show up. The dirt sheets were trying to feed it to everybody that no, he's not going to show up. No, WWE said he's not going to show up. It's a clear no. And it became evident when they increased the ticket prices, when they added more seats to it. It was quite freaking evident that Punk was going to show up. But the dirt sheets kept saying, no, it's not happening. And, when the dirt sheets try to really convince you that it's not happening, yeah, it's usually the other way around. CM Punk's return was a clear example of that. That's right. Victor says, I got to get me one of those Hell Has Frozen over Punk shirts. Me too. It's a great shirt. And now Adam Pearce is handing over the microphone to Punk. Punk got that old man walk. Wait. Broman says CM Punk has got that old man walk going on. That is funny. I don't know if he'll be very glad to hear that. Ricky, if the CM Punk chants in the chat, that's good. Wow. Wow. Oh, Punk is such a team player, is he not? We have a huge decision to make. There you go. Such a team player. Is that right, CM Punk? Well, he's blocked me on Instagram, so he doesn't love me for sure. We've got Nautic saying, "Here are the lies. True says it is nap time with CM Punk. His finisher is the go to sleep. True." So that's that. Someone will interrupt him, says Anil. That's interesting. Is that going to be Seth Rollins? Because if it turns out to be Rollins, there are going to be some fireworks in the building. It's quite interesting because Rollins is not scheduled to be here tonight. Like, he is not advertised for any other segment or match or anything. Even if I'm looking at the spoiler lineup for the show tonight, there is no mention of Seth Rollins. So if somebody has to interrupt Punk, it could be Seth Rollins since he has nothing else to do tonight, apparently. So that's that. All right, just 1 second, guys. So we got some technical difficulties here. Just 1 second. I'll be right back. CM Punk just apologized for walking out on us 10 years ago. They got him to apologize. Alright. After all the drama, the lawsuits, the Chris Amon and everything that he went through, the beatdown at the UFC and the punches in the back in AEW, he comes out here and he apologizes for his actions 10 years ago. Wonder who made him do that, right? I see you, Nautic. I see ya. He should be. All right, so looks like he's got to sign with Raw. That's it. This is it. He's got to sign with Raw, guys. CM Punk is indeed got to sign with Raw. It's quite evident. This should be it. He calls it his home. CM Punk says that he is home. 3 years ago, he said this was the place that made him sick. And alright, but Punk is home, good for him. So he has just signed the Raw contract. As I said earlier, it also makes sense business-wise to have him on Raw instead of Smackdown, because Smackdown is on Fox. The WWE's deal with Fox is already over. Fox has moved on, per se, from the WWE, so they don't really need to please Fox anymore. You know, doesn't make sense. But here we are. Punk has signed a contract with Raw, and coming out now, as we all expected, Seth Rollins. Rollins is over here. We've got True saying this is so cheesy. It is. I know, when he apologized, when he said a few good things, it did feel a bit cheesy. But Rollins coming out here as expected, and for the first time in a while, Rollins is actually dressed as a civilian. He is dressed normal and not like an extravagant character from Cartoon Network. He is actually dressed normal tonight. I guess he did not want to look like a cartoon character standing before CM Punk, a very serious guy apparently. But Rollins Punk, the first face-off, we're gonna get it right now. And Nanil says Rollins Punk to Raw. Indeed, guys. That's right. Not the good brand of cheese, the federal type of cheese. that's funny. True says this is so cheesy, but Natik says not even a good brand of cheese, True. Not even a good brand. And the face-off here between Rollins and Punk. Never realized that Rollins was actually taller than Punk. But he apparently is, guys. Wow. And the fans with the holy S chants. It's just going to be a face-off. They're not going to talk, are they? Doesn't look like it. I was wondering so too, Natik. Natik says Rollins is not taller. He's just wearing Becky Lynch's heels. Probably the case. You're right about that. And the fans now singing along to Rollins' theme song. Rollins actually grabbing the mic. I thought we were just gonna end this like the little exchange between Triple H and Undertaker before their match at WrestleMania 27, but no. Rollins grabs the microphone. Finally down to these two. There you are. You guys heard that? I think I agree with that, actually. I think I kind of agree with that. Rollins says, don't you dare call this place your home. I think I can agree with that, to be honest. What do you guys feel about it? It's quite interesting. This storyline, the way it's going is that you're either with Punk or you're with Rollins. You have to agree with one of the two narratives. One is a pro-Punk narrative where he's home, he's sweet, he's a WWE guy for life, whatnot. The other narrative is, no, you're not. You're not home. This is not your place. You betrayed us 10 years ago. It's quite an interesting narrative, really. Honestly, he even slandered the fans. He did not leave the fans alone either. He did not have good things to say about the wrestling fans either. So that's that too. I see Natik. Natik says, I'm not with either narrative. Not with Punk, not with Rollins. Kamal says, WWE loves to show real life. That's right. So, N. Cottrell over here, 2005. Good to see you. Welcome. Well, so far, it's been an interesting show. The most interesting part of the night, I would say, is happening right now. CM Punk has signed with Monday Night Raw, and as soon as he, put the ink on the paper, we had Seth Rollins come out, grab the microphone, and now we're looking at a little bit of a Rollins rant on CM Punk. He's telling CM Punk, don't you dare call this place your home. After years of slandering me, slandering the locker room, you dare to come out here, call this your home? Of course, this is the most interesting part of the night right now. And Rollins says, every fiber in my vein, I hate you. Very, very clearly he puts it out there saying that I hate you, Punk. Seth Rollins right here. You're right, true. Very true, very true. I don't know. Is my mic low for anybody else as well? Let me know. Oh, cool. That's okay. That's okay, bro, man. Much love. Rollins is not wrong, right? Is he? Honestly, I think I agree with this with the Seth Rollins narrative. This is the last chance of CM Punk, is it not? If it's not here, then where is he gonna go? To GCW? I mean, he's tried everything: the UFC, AEW, the WWE for the second time now. This has to work out. It will work out, pretty sure, but quite an interesting way that they have actually put this together in the storyline. Man. I like that. This is very interesting, actually. I kind of got goosebumps right there. Making the championship feel important. It's not like CM Punk just came in so he already gets a title shot. He has to earn it. He has to start from the back of the line and he has to earn the title shot. That's the way it should be. So is he gotta go through the Rumble to earn the title shot? Is it gotta be some other way? That's okay, bro, man. What were you calling Amazon for? Did they lose a package? I just recently ordered an iPhone 15 Pro Max from Apple. They lost my package. Yeah, they just lost it on the way. Yeah. So I got a refund, so that's good. But I'm definitely not ordering it again. I'm okay with my current phone, I guess. Yeah. What's happening here? Rumble? I knew it. Yeah. It was quite evident. So CM Punk is now entering the Rumble. So you gotta wonder, if Punk wins the Rumble, right? Where does he go from there? Does he go to main event night 1 or main event night 2? Because of course now we've got 2 nights of WrestleMania, so he can definitely main event one of those. It's gonna be interesting. But CM Punk has now entered the Rumble. I like it a lot, guys. You don't. If you were to hand CM Punk the title shot, it would just make the title look weak. But instead, it now feels more important than ever now that CM Punk has to enter the Rumble, go to 30 people, and then maybe earn a title shot. So I like that a lot. Make the title feel important. That's very, very, very good. Good stuff. We've got Ricky saying this is so good. Ricky really enjoyed that segment, unlike Nautic, I can see. I see they used the wrong card and file. That's okay. For me, UPS totally lost my package. It was crazy. I kept calling them up, 30 minutes on the call every single day, until Apple finally decided to step in and said, all right, it's lost. So that was that. The snooze fest is done, sister. Well, it's bad. If you guys... oh, Viking Raider is here. I'm sorry, Ivar is here. So up next, we're going to be getting Bronson Reed versus Ivar. So if that segment with CM Punk was a snooze fest for you guys, I'll tell you what, the entire show was a snooze fest because that was, until now, I guess, the best part of Raw, right? Still now. And after this promo, we're going to be getting Bronson Reed versus Ivar. We're going to get Katana Chance and Kaden Carter fighting Candice and Indy. We're going to be getting a Becky and Nia segment. We're going to get a little tag team match, and then Cody versus Shinsuke. So this Raw is just I feel it's a very average lineup with of course, CM Punk's contract reveal where he's going to be signing, and of course the main event that's going to be Nakamura and Cody Rhodes. But other than that, a very average episode of Raw. Let's see. We've got Nautic says, does that mean we don't have to see Punk until the Rumble? He's going to be there, Nautic. He will be there, you know. Hopefully. We can only be signed. No, we're not that lucky. You know? But of course, you're not going to see a lot of Roman Reigns until the Rumble, if you're wondering that. Definitely not going to be seeing a lot of Roman Reigns. It still drives me nuts that we only had 11 Roman Reigns matches in 2023, and that number includes the house shows. You would think that, okay, you know, Reigns is Reigns, he's trying to maintain his character on TV, trying to make himself feel important, that's why he doesn't show up on TV often, but he only did 2 house shows this year, that's it. It's crazy. Alright, we have gone to a commercial break, guys, and so will I. I'll be right back after this commercial break. BRB. Thank you. Alright, guys, I'm back. Had to get myself some ice cold water. That's right, it's ice. I know drinking ice cold water in the month of December might be a bit too crazy to some people out there. Bro, man, I know you're watching me, but I actually suffer from some heat intolerance, so sometimes it just gets triggered and, I just get super hot and I need something cold. Sometimes even something like ice cold water cannot calm me down, but it seems like it's working so far. But I was just drinking some tea, got very hot, so now I'm onto some ice cold water. So that's it. Alright, once again, brothers, good to see all of you. We've got Nautic saying, I love the corporate AJ logo. My brother, thank you. Stream looks so good. Bro, man, you're the best. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Jonah is 6'0 and nearly 400 pounds. That's not good long term, says True. So True, you think he should lose weight, right? I agree with that. It's not a very good look. And we've got Nautic says, I know you're taking WWE's model and needed a commercial break. It would have been better if I had some sponsor message in there, but I did not. I only had my avatar there. So, I wasn't getting paid. But hopefully that changes soon. I would love to get some, money right there. Would not mind being Nick Khan for a day. But here we are now, guys. Man, those over-the-top graphics, look at those. We've got, what else do we have here? We got 2 inches of snow this morning. Is that right, Nautic? That's awesome. Love the snow. Love it. Keeping aside, I never had to do any shoveling. Maybe that's why I like snow a lot, but, I'm pretty sure even the shoveling would not be that bad, right? Anyways, here we are now. We got Jonah, we got Ivar over here going at it, and like 2 bulldozers, right? They bump into each other before Ivar hits him with the boot to the face, and Jonah right there in that corner. Of course, Jonah, when he was first let go by the WWE, he was quite upset about it. He said he had a chip on his shoulder. He wanted to travel the world, he wanted to work hard, and he wanted to prove a point to the WWE that they made a mistake by letting go of him. And it seemed like that his point was proven. That's why they brought him back in. But ever since he's returned, he's only been here and there on meaningless feuds, I guess, or meaningless Raw matches that have led to really nothing. I haven't seen him on pay-per-view. I haven't seen him doing anything. I haven't seen him chasing any titles. He really has been involved in meaningless matches with wearing the same singlet that he's wearing right now. Not even different singlets, you know what I mean? So, I hope that Jonah, they're able to find something better for him, but so far it hasn't worked out. But I guess, on the contrary, he's still being booked and used better than, for example, Indus-Sher. Indus-Sher, they got these packages, video packages, they got the hype, they got everything going multiple times actually, and every single time their returns or their arrivals were turned out to be complete failures. So that was that. But here we are now. We got Jonah with Ivar up on his shoulder. Ivar trying to break away. A few elbow strikes to the head. Jonah over to the ropes. It's a rebound and a double clothesline right there to each other. Both the men fall down hard and flat to the mat. That's right, the match continues once again. Great to see everybody joining us continuously right here on Instagram. We've got I am Fonte11A. We got Grizzly Grimes over here. We got Victor Brium 1987. Welcome everybody. Hope you're enjoying Monday Night Raw. Let me know, how do you like the show so far? How do you like the fact that CM Punk has signed with Raw now? We've got, of course, Ivar running around the corner and one more time crossbody slam, double crossbody over here. Jonah and Ivar bumping into each other and falling down to the floor. And we go to a commercial break. Just like that, snappy, literally. We came back from a commercial 2 minutes ago, and we're back to a commercial break. So that's that. With that being said, guys, we are done with about 1.5 hours now, right? 1.5 hours of the show. So we're done with about 90 minutes. 90 minutes still to go. Yeah. Once again, great to see everybody. If you guys missed it, CM Punk has indeed signed with Monday Night Raw. He's a part of the Raw brand going forward, and he has also entered himself into the Rumble match. So he's going to be fighting in the Rumble. He will try to win the whole thing so that he can possibly fight Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. So we'll see how that goes. But of course, CM Punk wants that title around his waist. And let's drink some water. 1 second. Nautic says, what is the chance that we see tomorrow that he signs with NXT and then again on Friday he signs with SmackDown? You know, you gotta give credit where it's due though, Nautic. You know, the fact that CM Punk was able to make up his mind a lot sooner than Jade Cargill is fantastic. Jade Cargill showed up on all three brands multiple times, still couldn't make up her mind really, still hasn't made up her mind really, right? But CM Punk, he did very quickly, so you gotta give credit where it's due. He did make up his mind in a week, which is, you know, something that we should appreciate. So that's that. Of course, Jade Cargill, we still don't know what she's up to, so we still have to wait. It's still a waiting game when it comes to Cargill. And, of course, we are back on a commercial break again, guys. Let's take a look at what else is popping. What else do we actually have planned for the rest of the show? One second. We're actually going to go over to... Again, if you guys don't want to spoil or don't read this, but... all right. So... right now, we are on the Bronson Reed versus Ivar match. Once this match is over, we're going to be getting a segment featuring the Judgment Day. Once that segment's got to be over, we're going to get Katana Chance, Caden Carter versus Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. So, classic second hour of the show where, you know, things don't really pop a lot. So, I guess... CM Punk being in the second hour was the best thing that they could have done to help the ratings, because the rest of the matches, the stuff that they've planned for the second hour is just very moderate, very average. Then you've got a Becky Lynch, Nia Jax promo that's going to be most likely kicking off the third hour. I don't know if it's a good idea to kick off Raw's third hour with Nia Jax, but okay. Then we've got a match coming up, which is not revealed yet, so we'll have to wait and see. And then Cody Rhodes is going to take on Shinsuke Nakamura. So that's that. Also, interestingly, NXT's Von Wagner is scheduled to compete at main event tapings this week, which is interesting. All right. We got Chris saying, I can't wait for SmackDown debut of Carmelo Hayes this Friday. I saw it coming and I'm so glad that it's finally coming. Carmelo is so talented, so full of energy, charisma. He's great, and I cannot wait to see the greatness that he brings to Friday nights. I think it's going to be fantastic. Hopefully this is a permanent move and he's not going to go back to NXT. Hopefully he's going to stay on the main roster, because I feel like SmackDown and Carmelo, it's a perfect combination. It's a perfect match, really. He's going to be a future big star if they're able to use him well. So far on NXT was fantastic. Just keep that up on the main roster. He's going to get over in no time. He's a very likable guy. And talented too. So that's that, Chris. I agree with that. You think WWE's going to get Mercedes? But I don't think so, bro, man. You know, just taking into account the fact that we have literally seen no interest for Monet to be back, it seems. Also, the fact that they showed quite prominently Mercedes Moné at the Wembley Stadium and All In. I think it's almost a given that some sort of a deal is in place. It has to be, right? And then I feel like there's this third thing that I guess I only talk about it, nobody else agrees with me on this, but I feel, by the way, a big dive from the top here from Ivar on Bronson. That is crazy. That was nuts. That was a pretty cool dive. He came down like a wrecking ball. That was insane. Ivar can do stuff that not a lot of men his size can do and make it look good. Really, this guy is incredible. For the guy of his size, the stuff that he can do and keep himself safe and others safe in the ring with him, he is talented. You know that for certain. Ivar is good once again, looking to climb the top turnbuckle. Hey, if it worked out once, it's not going to work out each time, Ivar. That's right. You know, going to the top is always a high risk, and he's paying for it now. True says it's not permanent. That's sad, but hopefully, if he wins a tournament, who knows, it might be permanent, True. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Carmelo is great. All right, so we've got Nautic saying, please, Punk is a bigger name, hate him or love him, by far than Jade Cargill. Years of experience under his belt, years of controversy and whatnot. You're right about that, brother. You're right about that. And here we are, look like we are going to be looking at a superplex from the top. Is the ring going to break? Oh, come on. Missed opportunity right there. The ring should have collapsed right there after that superplex. It did not. I guess that's okay. But with that being said, Bronson Reed gets a victory over Ivar. Pretty cool. pretty cool. And you're right, True saying that Mercedes is still mentioning AEW in interviews, and that's what I'm talking about, guys. That is indeed what I'm talking about. She's mentioning AEW. I think there's interest from both the parties. She was shown quite prominently at the Wembley Stadium, the biggest night of AEW, and they kept showing Mercedes Moné in the audience. I think it's quite a given that she's gonna make it to AEW. Also, I know not a lot of people agree with this. I raised this point last week as well. Did not feel like a lot of people agreed with me there, but I'll say it again, guys. When Mercedes left, she took, of course, Trinity with her. By the way, CM Punk here in the back, and he crosses path with the Judgment Day. Little Dominic Mysterio fanboying over CM Punk, is he not? Wow. That's funny, Damien. Damien's so confident that he's not gonna cash it until Mania. It's very interesting. Thanks, Damien. I think he kind of gives us a spoiler that, hey, I don't plan on cashing in until Mania. I really do believe that Damian Priest is gonna cash in Mania mid-match. Seth Rollins is gonna get a little taste of his medicine, I feel. But yeah, also, Mercedes, when I was on the topic, I said that when she left, Trinity left with her, right? So I feel like she's not gonna come back to the WWE by herself. If she does come back, she's gonna probably be back with Trinity. And Trinity right now having a lot of fun with Impact, so I don't know. But I don't think that she's gonna be back to the WWE at all. We'll find out. Chris says, doesn't mean anything if she was shown prominently. Okay, Chris, sorry. We've got Chris here says, she does not know if she wants to go to WWE or AEW. She has to make up her mind, I guess. Nautic says, they will have Moné come back the same time that Jade debuts in the ring. That will be nuts. That will be crazy. Are Jade Cargill and Trinity, by the way, very good friends, are they not? I think we've seen them hanging out in pictures and whatnot at NBA games and whatnot. So it would be cool if we could ever get Trinity and Jade Cargill to share the ring, maybe be a tag team or rivals. I really feel like Trinity into today's WWE would be just such a big addition. It would be just great. Hopefully we do get her back, though. I really miss Trinity, if I do, or Naomi. I probably miss her a lot more than I miss Sasha Banks. I don't know. I really like Naomi. She was a fighter. She was a fighter. She made a place for herself in the company, just turned the odds around, and from a character that did not mean much, she went all the way from there to the superstar that she is now. Yeah, she's a fighter. That's right. Ricky says, all rise for the Judgment Day. I see that. Broman says, Loki wants to see Roman and Punk face. I know. Me too, brother. Me too. And I know that Cody Rhodes wants to finish his story. And it's been years in the making, especially ever since he made his comeback, 2 years ago at WrestleMania. He's been wanting to finish his story. Last year was his moment. It seemed like it. Of course, he could not. He wants to do it again this year. No offense to Cody, but I feel like I don't want to see Roman versus Cody again. I'd rather see Cody versus Gunther. I've been saying it time and time again. Roman versus Gunther is the match that should happen, but I don't know if it's going to happen thanks to Cody Rhodes. Trinity to Bloodline confirms his Nautic. I would love that. Actually, I'll take that back. The Bloodline right now, it seems like it's in shambles itself. It seems like it's quite broken up indeed, The only person keeping the Bloodline together is Paul Heyman, because Roman Reigns is never there. So Paul Heyman is only keeping the Bloodline together, and when I mean the Bloodline, I mean literally just Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso. Right, Jey Uso's already gone, so you only have two people now running the Bloodline. It doesn't make a lot of sense. The Bloodline is in a bad shape, and Roman Reigns does not seem to care, so that's that. We've got Mercedes is gonna go to WWE, not AEW, says Chris. Okay, Chris says if she goes to WWE, she's gonna team up with Bayley. All right, Bayley right now and everything that's going on with her own team. Let's see. We've got Roy Romani here who say Cody versus Roman 2. It seems like we're probably going to get that match at WrestleMania 40. I don't want it, honestly. No offense to Cody. He's great, and I would like for him to finish his story. I just don't want to see Roman and Cody go at it again. I feel it would be too painfully predictable, and yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of rematches. Anyways, it's been a sweet show so far, without a doubt, right? We've seen some stuff happening. CM Punk, again, if you guys missed it already, has re-signed. With Raw, he's back on Raw here. He says he's back home. Seth Rollins came out after the signing very quickly. He said, "Don't you dare call this place your home after slandering me, after slandering the locker room, the brand for years. How dare you call this place home?" And of course, Seth Rollins put it out there that maybe one day you'd like to hold this title, stand across with me with that title. CM Punk took it personally, and he immediately entered himself into the Rumble. So CM Punk is now going to be fighting in the Royal Rumble. He's going to be entering the Rumble, and hopefully, in his mind, win the match and go on to main event either nights of WrestleMania. We're gonna find out which one though. Let's see. The bloodline is broken till your boy Jacob shows up, says Natik. I know. And Jacob Fatu. If Jacob Fatu shows up, Roman Reigns is gonna get kicked out. That's for certain. I mean, Roman Reigns is barely there, but if Jacob Fatu does show up, you know that this guy is gonna be the new tribal chief. Like, they have to acknowledge Fatu as a new tribal chief, 100%. And the fans would too, because Roman's never there, so the fans would believe in somebody who's there as opposed to somebody who's barely there. Again, Roman Reigns only worked 11 matches in 2023, including the house shows. How is this guy the tribal chief? We have 12 months in a year. This guy wrestled 11 times. It's crazy to me. And 2 of those times were house shows. Insane. With that being said, guys, we're back here. We're now going to be having a little Judgment Day commercial, as we can see right now. Yeah. David, welcome. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Once again, greetings to everybody watching this watch-along across all platforms. That's Twitch, that's YouTube, and Instagram. Much love. Alright, Finn Balor here asking everybody to rise for the only 2-time tag team champions. Alright. I'm sorry to hear that, David. Hopefully the next time you're going to be able to pass it, brother. Stay focused. All right. Of course, nobody's gonna let Dominic speak, that's for certain. Solo and Jacob for the tag titles. Jacob Fatu, the thought of him even being there just elevates the whole idea of the Judgment Day, elevates the status of Solo Sikoa as well. Jacob Fatu is gonna help so many people by being there. He should be there, 100%. Oh my goodness. The newest member of the Judgment Day is here. This should be good. I like that. Damon Priest over here inviting R-Truth to get into the ring. He wants to hear what Truth has to say. This should be good. Truth looks happy. He looks happy. I know, true. I know, yeah. It seems like they're never going to be, using him seriously anymore. I know, Nautic, you're right about that. Nautic, he is 51 years old. He still looks the same as he looked like 10 years ago, 12 years ago. That's it. He does not age, that is for sure. Finn Balor telling to our truth, I like you. Okay. That is funny. That is funny. R-Truth getting a round of applause from the crowd, from the Judgment Day themselves, you know? They like him. Wow. Did he not just say that he likes R-Truth? Okay. Not Finn Balor, the right? Finn Balor is not going to go at it. Finn Balor just told him he likes him. Quite prominently, quite loudly. The Creed brothers coming out here. That's sweet. Well, I feel bad for R-Truth over there as being a punching bag for the Judgment Day over there before the Creed brothers come out to the rescue. And once again, True here says that, you know, he was hoping that R-Truth would be used in a more serious way. He would have a serious run, but he is just doing the clown stuff again. Is there anybody else who also feels the same way that True does? You know, do you also want to see R-Truth on a more serious run rather than doing this comedy stuff? Let me know. Ricky not too happy with Damian Priest's action over there, I can see. Once again, great to see everybody across all the platforms on Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitch. Good to see all of you guys. Yep. And it looks like Priest is going to go for the chokeslam. A double chokeslam and the Creed brothers does not look like it's going to happen. Absolutely was not going to be happening. And here we are now. The Creed brothers turning it around on Damian Priest. And then taking down double T move over there on Priest before he rolls out of the ring to safety. Priest and the Judgment Day make their way out 2-on-4, but they were still able to get done. They were still able to dominate the Judgment Day, and that's a fact. They ran down like jobbers. That's right, True. I mean, talk about the numbers game not working out. That's almost embarrassing for the Judgment Day over here. 4-2, they still had to run down like jobbers. You're right about that. Wait, or did you mean did you mean Creed Brothers? Oh my God, CM Punk again. Ah. I think that's fair enough. Everybody wants to finish their own story, right? McIntyre says, I don't care about your story. I don't care about Cody's story. I just care about my story. I think that's very fair, McIntyre. Like, nothing wrong with that. That doesn't make you a heel. Yeah. Oh, Kofi! Holy crap! Punk looks legit happy to see Kofi over here. And he's here with the jobbers too. He's here with Ricochet. He's smiling. Yeah. This is the most notable thing that Ricochet has done in all his career. Shaking CM Punk's hand. I'm sorry. But that's literally been his WWE career. Alright, so it looks like it's going to be a party over there at the general manager's office. It's Kofi, it's Chad Gable, and it's Ricochet. This kind of reminded me of the Lucha House Party. Did you guys remember that? Lucha House Party? What a tag team. What an embarrassing tag team. Anyways, here we are now with Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. They are back from the Electro Dance Carnival, it seems, and tonight they're going to wrestle. Good stuff, and they are going to be taking on the team of Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell in a tag team match. We're almost done with the show here now, guys. They don't have a lot actually planned for the rest of the show because once this match is over, we only have 3 segments planned. The first one being Becky Lynch calling out Nia Jax. Then we are going to be getting an Imperium match. It's going to be a tag team match featuring the Imperium. And then it's going to be Cody versus Shinsuke Nakamura. So not a lot planned for the rest of the show. 3 segments, but I guess it's going to take a lot of time and also lots of commercials in between them. So that's that. But overall, it's been quite a show. A lot of CM Punk appearances backstage and whatnot. You know, showing us a different kind of reception that he's getting from across the board. Talk about, receptions from, let's say, Jey Uso or Kofi Kingston. They're happy to see Punk, but you also talk about guys like McIntyre and Seth Rollins were not happy at all. So another segment of nap time. You're right about that, true, 100%. Yeah, I totally get that. Kofi and Punk reunited. You know, Punk legit looked happy to be reunited with Kofi. So that was cool. I've got to give them that. Burman seems happy to see Indy. And we've got True saying they are another segment of nap time. That's true. So we actually have just learned, guys. This has been out for a bit, but it has now been confirmed by several sources that Charlotte has returned home to Florida. The WWE sources, have indicated that she is not expected back in the ring until she's completely evaluated medically. Of course, lots of people are fearing a torn ACL. That is not confirmed yet by any, credible source. So the torn ACL rumors are just rumors right now, and the WWE will reveal the actual injury once it has been confirmed by the medical experts. So right now, it's just rumors at the moment. She will not be back until she has been completely evaluated. So it's a matter of time before we're going to find out what exactly is going on with Charlotte. But until then, we're just hoping for the best. We're hoping that she recovers quickly, and we're going to be seeing her back. So that's that. We've got Chris saying, my favorite NXT star, Cora Jade, is back. And then Roxanne Perez. I like that. Now, Cora is great. Cora is indeed talented. Very talented, I've got to say. She's cool. So what else do we have here? Let's see. All right. I like this. I like this a lot. One second. So I just came across this comment, which I find so funny. So this comment is on the Judgment Day, and it says, I cannot believe they would let Funko Pop in, but not R-Truth. That's about Judgment Day letting in JD McDonough, who is known as Funko Pop, by the way, but they're not going to let in R-Truth. I think that is so funny. Yeah, that's hilarious. Let's see, what else do we have here? Hope Drew wins and Punk wins from him, and said actually chasing Punk at Mania. That would be fire. Okay, all right. We've got, what was the awful at video game references? They love doing it. We've got Huye over here saying, never thought I'd see EDC featured in a WWE Pro. I'm pretty sure that EDC must have paid them money. Otherwise, WWE would not give any free promotions to anybody, right? Just like that. So, Kofi and Punk reunion popped me. It popped everybody, I think. Yep. If you haven't seen the men's answer yet, do yourself a favor. I agree with that. If you guys did not watch this past weekend's NXT Deadline, I really would recommend it to everybody. It was a great show. Pretty cool, men's and women's Survivor Challenge matches. Definitely agree. If you have not watched NXT Deadline, definitely do yourself a favor. Check it out. We got Sizzling Me over here saying that, what do you think about CM Punk? Will he go to AEW? Well, of course, he's now back with the WWE. He just announced tonight that he is now permanently going to be with RAW. He has signed with the RAW brand. He has entered himself for the Rumble, and he wants to fight Seth Rollins most likely at WrestleMania for that championship. So I don't expect him to go anywhere. I think he's going to be staying here. Hopefully the run turns out to be well for him, and he enjoys a good title reign as well. So let's see. But here we are now, guys, with the women coming out. And with that being said, I will be right back. Give me a minute, and I'll be right back. You guys, until then, enjoy this sweet match. I'm totally not into it. But I'll be right back, guys. Much love to all of you. Indie legs. All right, bro, man. You enjoy those indie legs. Yeah. I see you, Berman. Does anybody feel like this guy in the front row corner kind of looks like Eddie Kingston? Wait, I gotta check it 1 second. They just sent me to a recap, so I'm watching the recap from last Monday. Oh dear. Guys, it just hit my head right now. I don't believe that I have asked this to anybody before. I mean, all of you guys, but was any one of you ever on the Thunderdome? Did you ever, get yourself in there, the Thunderdome screens? I've been on Thunderdome like twice. Yeah. One was for the Night of Champions. I was literally sitting ringside, and AJ Styles actually bumped into my screen. Yeah. And the other time I was like way back, so that's that. AG commercial coming up. That's right, Nautic. You guys enjoy this little, match. I will be right back, get myself some water. BRB, guys. Much love. Enjoy the match. True says nope, I wasn't there, I see. I was there twice, but after the second time, I just got exhausted. Like, I'm not gonna go through this mess again. Yeah, it was quite an exhausting process. But BRB, guys, much love. Thank you. Bro, man, focus on the match, right? Not the legs. The match. Thanks. I was literally gone for a minute and I come back and the match is over. Wow. I thought that was going to be a gruesome back and forth match, but it's already over and look at me. I come back and the show goes instantly to a commercial break. Okay. Alright guys, how was the match then? I see in the comments over here, we've got Andy saying, that's exactly what I'm doing, nap Raw Monday. We got David says, AJ fell asleep again, night. AJ, good morning. I know, that was a match, right? That was a match, David. Oh dear, the last match was like the show sucked. I knew it, Natik, that's why I took a break. I did not wait until the commercial break, I just... Thank you, True. Thank you. Thanks. That was embarrassing. Thanks, guys. Thanks for letting me know I was muted over there. Did not realize that, but I was just saying that. True, what would I do without you? Thank you, Natik. Thanks. So yeah, what I was just saying that I went away for like a minute, and I come back, and apparently, the match is already over. Right? Crazy, crazy. And let's see, has Dom got booted out of the group? Wait, Dominic? I wonder. Why would you say so, right? Seems like he's still in there. Seems like he is still Rhea Ripley's boy, so he's still there. Not booted out just yet. Let's see, Chris says, we now know who is going to be DIY's mystery person. It's got to be The Miz. All right, well, let's see. I think we have the lineup over here, so let's take a look very quickly. So, the DIY's mystery person tonight, as I can see. Yeah, it is right. DIY and Miz, they're going to be fighting the Imperium tonight, so let's see how that turns out to be, guys. But DIY and The Miz are indeed joining forces. They're indeed fighting Imperium. That's the plan for the night. Hopefully it'll work out for the best. But you're right, Chris. You're right about that. And we got Naughty here saying the last match was like the show. It sucked. I had a feeling that it would, brother. That's why, Did not wait until the commercial break. It just took off right when the match was about to go on. Yeah, not surprised it was such a short match. Again, just like I said, they don't believe in the tag team division, men's or women's, especially the women's tag team division. So if they don't believe in their own tag team division, it's hard for the fans to. It's hard for the fans to feel interested in it because, of course, they don't put it together very well. Of course, you can appreciate the talent and the skill that the stars possess, but there's literally no work going into the tag team matches, the division, the storytelling, nothing. I mean, who is this team of Chelsea Green and Piper Niven? Who are they currently feuding with? Or who have they fought? Who was the last person or the last team that they defended their titles against? We don't remember these details. I don't remember these details, and we should, as wrestling fans, as people who watch these shows week in and week out, we should remember these details. We don't, because they don't produce the whole, the division very well. They don't put them together very well. So that's the problem. And we've got Naughty Gear saying, let's talk about something more exciting like the surprise Heisman Trophy winner. You're right. Yep. And here we are now. More exciting stuff. Nia Jax and Becky Lynch, this segment that Nautic had been waiting for so long, finally happening here now. So we're going to be getting a little segment here where Becky Lynch is going to be apparently calling out Nia Jax. So that's what's happening. I like that Ricky bunch of Doritos in the chat. That is sweet. Okay. Becky Lynch looking good. So we know that Becky Lynch's book, her autobiography, comes out early next year. Is anybody over here who has already pre-ordered the book or actually plans on buying the book when it comes out? Let me know. We've got Tegan Knox and Natalia, says Chris. I see. Chris remembers. That's good to know, Chris. Somebody's paying attention to the women's tag team division. That's good. Chris, awesome. We got Nautic here saying it's got to be more exciting than seeing Punk tell lies. Let's see another broken nose. Wow. Okay, Nautic. We got Nigel here. Good to see you, Nigel. Welcome. Raw is upon us, and Becky Lynch is over here. And the lady with the colored hair, guys, that's not Tegan Knox. I believe that's us. Oh, wait. That's. Wait a second. That's Naomi. I thought that was Asuka for a second. Oh, wow. We take a look back at that night, the night that made Becky Lynch, right? With the blood on her face, with the blood pouring down her nose, and she's standing over there like a badass. Yeah, we all remember that. What a night. I see Andy. Andy says that he's going to be buying the Becky Lynch book. I'll tell you, the last two wrestling books that I've read, Ronda Rousey and Chris Jericho. Ronda Rousey, not really a lot of wrestling because, in that book, she only talks about her wrestling from a fan's perspective because she wrote that book before she joined the WWE. So, way before that, actually. So she wrote the book from that fan's perspective. Second. And when you talk about Chris Jericho, Chris Jericho's book was quite small. Moment. So of course, Chris Jericho's book, I thought that it was quite a thin book, not many pages in it. It had some nice details as well, though. Just like him talking about his match against, for example, Dean Ambrose, or Chris Jericho being upset about, him possibly having to fight Fandango, and calling The Undertaker about it and getting The Undertaker's advice on it, and The Undertaker suggesting him to just work the match as, he's employed by the WWE and whatnot. So there were some nice, tidy, sweet details about, various of his WWE career in that book, but that was about it. The book did not have a lot of substance in it. Those details he could have easily shared them on a podcast, not a book, I felt. But I was not a big fan of the Chris Jericho book. Let's just say that. Hopefully, the Becky Lynch's book is gonna be better, but we'll see. Yeah. Oh dear. Guys, I'll have to be right back. Just 1 second, yeah? 1 second. Alright, BRB, I'm right back now, guys. No, David, there are no technical difficulties. It's only Nia Jax. That's it. I just had to leave while she was still talking. I couldn't bear it any longer. Just kidding. But here we are now with Becky Lynch with a response to Nia. Yeah, Nia is just so... you know, it's hard to like her. Really? Nia Jax talking about Becky Lynch being that one moment. But has Nia Jax ever had that moment herself? That one moment that made her? I don't know. I see Andy, that's sweet. That is sweet. Okay. Becky wants Nia Jax to hit her in the face here, to punch her in the face. I think that Nia would be happy to oblige, right? Let's see. She should have never been allowed to return, says Andy. Apparently, her makeup artist. Broman, really? Okay, that is good. Good for you, Broman. Broman says, I want Nia to hit me too. That is funny. But Nia does not do it. She does not put a hand on Becky Lynch and just walking out here. She says that you need this a lot more than I do. So the story continues, I guess, between Nia and Becky. How would you rate that little segment, guys? How would you rate this promo that we just witnessed between Becky and Nia? I would rate it myself a 2 out of 5. Actually, I'm being generous right now. But let me know how would you rate it. And here we are now with Jackie Redmond and Cody Rhodes. -1 from Andy. I like that. Well, I think we all know that he did. I don't know. That was a meaningless promo. Here we are now. Broman says, I like the line, the woman that made the man. So 3.5. Broman enjoyed that promo. That's sweet, brother. Nautic says, it sucked. One thinks too much about herself, and the other sucking too much air to understand them. That is funny. Broman says, Cody Titans gotta look better the more it fades. Let's see, brother. Let's see what Cody Rhodes and his story is going to be like. I mean, now he's got a big hindrance in the form of CM Punk, who also is quite, focused on completing his own story. So we've got two people here with two stories, and it all goes down one path, and only one man can walk that path. Is it going to be Punk? Is it going to be Rhodes? I'd like for it to be Punk myself, but we'll see. And here we are now. Imperium Gunther actually going to be fighting alongside Ludwig and Vinci after quite a bit. Ludwig, Kaiser, Vinci have not fought in quite a while here. So they're going to be fighting 3-on-3. It's going to be the Imperium versus DIY, and it's a mystery, but it's going to be The Miz, and it's going to happen right after the commercial break. So we just got to wait until then. Once again, good to see everybody just joining in here. Sizzling Me on Instagram says, this week's Raw has been good. It's good to know that people are enjoying the show tonight. We've got more comments here, of course. Let's see. Well, again, I love this comment here from Broman saying that the woman that made the man was a good line. I think it was indeed a good line. Yeah, one good thing in that promo indeed. Nautic says it's Nautic again, great comment here when he said it sucked. One thinks too much of herself, and the other one sucking too much air to understand them. I think it's just pretty good comment, very smart. All right, so. Again, we are back in a commercial break, guys. An hour to go. And in this hour, the last hour of the show, we're gonna be getting, of course, the Imperium match, the Imperium versus DIY and The Miz, and then we're gonna get Shinsuke Nakamura versus Cody Rhodes. Nothing else that we can see in the listing for tonight is planned for the last hour, and unless there's some kind of a surprise here, there's nothing else that is listed to take place in this last hour. So if that is true, this match between the Imperium and DIY could be a pretty long one. That's for certain. All right. And Alex says, "AJ, did you see the video clip of Logan Paul trying to pawn the US belt?" Brother, I have seen it. Logan Paul has done a lot of stuff, with the US belt already. Have you seen the Instagram post of Logan Paul, doing stuff with the US belt? Like taking a shower with it, or taking to bed with him and his partner or whatnot. Yeah, he's done some gross stuff with the belt. It's quite evident already. Let's see. So we also have just heard that Seth Rollins, his contract with the WWE is set to expire in June of 2024. That is what we have just heard. And there have not been any discussions yet, says Fightful Select. They say that there have not been any discussion of a contract extension, although, of course, there's a lot of time left before those talks can take place. After all, June is like literally post-Mania, so there's time left to have those discussions. But we do know now for certain that his contract is expiring in June of next year, which is interesting. Also, again, Becky Lynch, her contract also expires around June. Also, other superstars whose contracts expire in June, are Drew McIntyre. For Drew McIntyre, we all know, I've been hearing for quite a while that he might leave the WWE, and in in 2024, his contract is also set to expire. Dustin Rhodes' contract also set to expire next year in 2024. Alexander Hammerstone, as we know quite famously now, will be free from MLW also next year. And Impact's Deonna Purrazzo, who seemingly recently confirmed these rumors and everything about her leaving Impact Wrestling on her social media, very cleverly through a reel that she posted on Instagram. Deonna, her contract with Impact Wrestling is expiring next year too, and she will be leaving the company before it rebrands itself to TNA, apparently. So Deonna Purrazzo is going to be a free agent, and I believe a hot free agent who a lot of people would like to sign, such as ROH, AEW, or even the WWE. Deonna is super talented, and I feel like there is quite an opportunity for her out there, and I would like to see her succeed. She really is the virtuoso after all. And with that being said, guys, we are here now, and DIY is here as well. They are making their way out just like that. Hopefully this match is going to be good. Hopefully. The co-main event of the night. We've got Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa making their way out. Sheamus as well, says Andy. There you go. That's right. Thank you for that. Ricky says, who takes a shower with belts while Logan? Why? Just to piss people off, I guess. I see. Nautic says, it's simple. If he loses the title, it's a pretty good chance that he's going to be heading to see his old buddy Moxley. I don't know. Honestly, I expect him to renew, and there's two reasons, man. By the way, The Miz just coming out over here as a mystery partner, as we all knew. The Miz is going to be teaming up with DIY to take on the Imperium, so good for him, I guess. But coming back to the topic of Seth Rollins, I don't expect him to not renew the contract. I expect him to be with the WWE for quite a bit. He has enjoyed a very prominent position on the roster as the sole champion so far, the World Heavyweight Champion. The title was put on him, and they never took it away, not even for a month, right? So he's enjoyed that top of the locker room position over here in the WWE without a doubt. and he's done a good job. Obviously he needs a little bit of a break, so he will drop the title sometime. But I don't expect him to leave. Another reason is that Becky Lynch has also enjoyed a very good position in the company. They seem happy. They've got projects coming up. Becky Lynch has her book coming up. I don't expect them to leave. I think there's too much to lose over here. Even the stuff that they do outside of the ring, they're doing fairly well with the company. I don't expect Seth Rollins or Becky Lynch to leave and go to a whole new place. It's gonna be hard. I don't think that it's gonna leave. But Natik says, I would think that Rollins will renew, but money tight. Exactly. Yeah. Let's see. But here we are now, guys. The match is underway. Johnny Gargano running around the ring over here. Vinci over there just laughing. Vinci is literally the only Imperium member who can smile. Nobody else in Imperium smiles or laughs. But I did make Gunther smile and laugh during my interview with him, so I take that as a pretty big accomplishment. We've got EDW 5933 over here who say, I want to tell you the truth. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns are leaving your future. We will be AEW Dynamite, the Shield return. That is the one. That last one thing is in the rumors going on. So EDW 5933 here say, by the way, good to see you. But they say on Instagram that Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns will leave the WWE and they go to AEW to free from the Shield. That I feel like that is more of a fan fiction than a reality. I don't expect for it to happen. It's gonna be too big of a get and too big of a loss for WWE and pretty big of a get for AEW to actually happen. It would be bigger, much bigger than them reforming the Undisputed Era as they did, right? Of course, that did not really do a lot in AEW, but now them getting both Roman and Seth is gonna be too big of a deal. It's not gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. But anyways, here we are now, guys. And with Roman Reigns, if he leaves the WWE, I think he's gonna go over to Hollywood, because Nick Khan has said this. He said it in an interview like last year. He said that the WWE would themselves help Roman Reigns transition over to Hollywood into acting, and they will help provide him with the resources and anything else that he needs. So, of course, the WWE likes doing that, with their stars going over to Hollywood, making a career there, because not only do they, help themselves and make their own careers on the big screen, but also take the WWE flag along with themselves everywhere they go. In turn, it helps the company only. So once Roman Reigns apparently hits that ceiling where there's nothing more to accomplish, Hollywood could be the next round for him, I think. Come on, Gunther doesn't smile. He has a shot eating grin. That's right. You're right, Nata. You are right about that. Yeah, with that being said, commercial break again. Don't know why or who wanted to sit through a commercial break during a DIY match, but here we are. Roman will fail in Hollywood, says Andy. Well, we're hoping for the best for everybody. We're hoping for everybody's success, but only time will tell. We've got EDW5933 over here commenting on Instagram, a follow-up comment from them, and they say, because Judgment Day, the Bloodline make this upside down, that is the truth. They need to stop right now. They did not make the rules. I want the WWE Universe back, the Longs return back home. Well, let's see, brother. Let's see. You make some interesting points, but we're going to have to wait and find out, I guess. Let's see. But I don't expect Roman or Seth to leave the WWE. It's hard. It's hard to imagine that right now, All right, commercial break still going on over here. We've got some opinions coming on, and this opinion actually, I believe, is from Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff says that Tony Khan buying ROH Ring of Honor was a mistake, which is quite interesting. So this is what Bischoff says over here. He says it was a bad decision to buy it in the first place, and there's nothing anybody's going to do to make it interesting or important outside of the hardest of the hardcore internet wrestling community fans. That's it. So basically, Bischoff over here says that ROH, nobody cares about it, nobody will tune into it, except for the hardcore internet wrestling fans. So Bischoff says that ROH, the purchase of the company, was a mistake by Tony Khan. He says there is no solution. If it was a horse, I would put it out of its misery and move on. That's crazy. That's crazy for Bischoff to say that. I would take the resources that are going into Ring of Honor, which is never going to be viable. Very bold statements, I've got to say, by Eric Bischoff. ever I would take the resources that are being dumped into that and put into my core product Dynamite. By the way, we've got Natik here saying, sorry AJ, did you see my comment? I was off on commercial. Sorry about that. I did see your comment. The shot eating grin. You're right. He does not smile either. He has a shot eating. Even when he's giving you that grin, you know, you're intimidated by it. Yeah. I'll tell you, when the Imperium first showed up and I started the interview with them, yeah, I was like, this guy's gonna chop me. They are intimidating, all three of them. But once you're able to break the shell and you're kind of into it, it gets fun. I really had a good time. Gunther is great. I think that I had him a lot at a loss of words at times because he had to think for the answers, smart, politically correct answers, I think. But it was really fun talking to Ludwig. Ludwig plays his character very well, and even when I was interviewing him, he just stayed true to his character. And, you know, his body language, the way he carried himself, the way he spoke, the way he answered his questions, brilliant. Ludwig is a genius. I love him for that. Easy E was exactly right, says Andy SC. Andy says Eric is right. By putting Brian Dillon, says Eric Bischoff, and the rest of the people that they put into this thing, you're diluting their characters. You're making them look like independent wrestlers. Eric Bischoff definitely does not like ROH, right? He doesn't like ROH. You're not elevating their characters in any way, shape, or form. In fact, you're doing exactly the opposite, says Eric. It's really unbelievable to me, and I don't know what the drive is. Is it ego? Is Tony saying, I did this and I'm going to prove I can make it work? It's certainly not, because it's a great revenue opportunity. It dilutes the core product. It's being shoved down the audience's throat and they're gagging on it. So basically, to summarize this whole thing, Eric Bischoff hates the idea of ROH. He says that Tony Khan purchasing ROH was a big mistake and he is diluting his own product at the expense of ROH. So he says that he should not be booking mega stars into ROH because he just makes them look like independent wrestlers by having guys like Daniel Bryan, Brian Dillon wrestle and work ROH shows. Instead, he should just focus on Dynamite and make that a better show. Interesting, Eric Bischoff with no filters there talking about ROH. I like Ludwig's character, says Nautic, but man, those chops gotta feel some way out. That's for sure, brother. AJ, you got to check Chris Van Vliet IG story. He posted MJF and John Cena together on the red carpet. It's not ROH anymore. It's TNA. Well, no, not Dick. It's not Impact anymore. It's TNA. ROH stays ROH. ROH remains. So that's that. All right, and here we are now. So Cena and MJF on the red carpet together. Yeah, that must have been for the Iron Claw premiere. Is that right? Of course, MJF also listed as a producer, executive producer for the Iron Claw movie, so based on the, the Von Erichs. That's right. They're also going to be there on Dynamite, I believe, December 16th as well. So that's that. I know, true. I know. I don't know why this match, whose idea was it to place this match in the third hour of the show? But here we are now, Miz going after Gunther. This would have easily been a solid second hour match, but they had to bring it down to the third hour. And now Miz here with some punches to Gunther straight in the head, and there you go in that corner. Miz getting fired up right now. Nautic says, oh, ROH Impact, it's all the same. That's right, Nautic. Of course it is, bro, brother. Love you for that. And here we are now, Miz flying down on Gunther, and once again landing those heavy punches on his head. One more time, a big boot to the face. Gunther taking it back, sent straight to the ropes. Indeed, Andy, I love Eazy. His music is so good, says Eric. Yeah, I see that. That's sweet. Once again, Miz landing those heavy boots straight to the face. Gunther taking it back. Actually looks like he's quite dizzy as well. And there you go. First chop of the night. A chop to Miz. And now he has locked him in a code breaker. Miz has nowhere to go. Except for now as Ciampa comes in over here and hits Gunther with a knee straight to the side of the head. Gunther goes down hard. Ludwig Kaiser and Vinci taking out Tommaso Ciampa just like that. And now it's Gargano right behind Vinci and Kaiser. And now the team of Miz and Gargano looks like they're going to go for the Tornado DDT, double Tornado DDT, taking out both Kaiser as well as Vinci. And now we've got... Oh, I see, Ricky. I see. You hit the button on Twitch. All right. I'm loving this show tonight, Ricky. That's your lie, right? That's your lie. That's funny. It took me a minute to understand what she said. That's funny. But here we are now. We've got a sharpshooter locked in from the Miz on Gunther. And as Kaiser was coming in over here to stop the assault, Johnny Gargano grabs Ludwig. You see that Ludwig's already tapping out? Yeah, he's tapping out, but he's not the legal guy. So the match continues. That's right, Ricky. And finally, Vinci. Gunther's got to be glad because Vinci over there with a tag. And much needed tag. And now he's looking to put the Miz away. He gets Miz up on top. Hey, if Vinci is here, you know he's going to get pinned. If they were to use somebody as a jobber from the Imperium, it had to be Vinci. Poor guy. But Vinci gets pinned and the Imperium lose thanks to Vinci, you know he's going to get chopped all night long. It's going to be a long night ahead for Giovanni Vinci. You know that. He's going to get chopped so bad. So bad. But DIY and the Miz over here celebrating. And it seemed like they were trying to build up the Miz as super babyface. How do you feel about this build-up so far? Of course, over here he is. He's teaming up with Gargano and Ciampa, acting like a cartoon character. How do you feel about this face turn of the Miz so far? Let me know. But here we are now, guys. The Judgment Day versus Creed Brothers. They just have announced that they are going to be fighting next week for the tag team titles. Creed Brothers over here getting an early shot at the main roster titles, fighting those two. And also, we're going to get... they remembered that the women's tag team titles also exist. So next week, we're going to get Piper and Chelsea versus Katana and Kaden Carter for the titles as well. So 2 tag team championship matches. It's going to happen next week on Raw. We are left with about 30 minutes before the show's going to get over, before it's going to go off the air. Hopefully these 30 minutes are going to be good, because in these 30 minutes we're going to get the main event. That's Shinsuke Nakamura versus Cody Rhodes. A match that, Cody Rhodes demanded himself. And wasting no time, actually. Coming out over here, Shinsuke Nakamura, I like that. I like that there was no time wasting, no backstage promos, no videos, no vignettes, none of that stuff. And we are going straight to the, of course, action. Hopefully. But I've got a feeling that we might go to a commercial break between this Nakamura entrance. I've got a feeling. Yeah, we are. Of course we are. Commercial break over here, folks. All right, commercial break right here. We've got Nautic says, I don't know about you guys, but the Miz looks like he used a bad spray on his tan. His skin looked yellow. Yep, it did. Nautic, it did. I guess he got to blame Maurice for that, right? Man, Nikita Lyons. She makes a return tomorrow night. I keep having people sending me clips or tagging me on Instagram clips of Nikita Lyons. There are so many people who love Nikita. It's crazy. When she makes it to the main roster, she's got to be super over. That's for sure. And even the casuals would care, Even the casuals would take notice. You know that for certain. They love Nikita. They love Nikita. There you go. Broman says MAGA Lions. I see, Broman, what you did there. I see that. You're right. You're not wrong about that. Commercial break going on again, guys. But how do you feel about it? We just talked about Eric Bischoff and how he feels that Tony Khan buying ROH was a mistake. He says that, wrestlers like Bryan should not be wrestling on ROH because it makes them look like independent wrestlers. He says that Tony Khan should stop spending money on ROH because it's a Titanic. It's a ship with holes in it. It's never going to float. It's always going to sink no matter how much money you put into it. So how do you feel about these comments from Bischoff? Do you agree with them? Let me know. We've got Andy saying, I've been listening to you while I'm sleeping, AJ. Thank you, Andy. I've been told that it helps. When I talk, people sleep. I'm kidding, but it's good. It's good, Andy. I'm glad. You get a good night, brother. Have a good night. Sleep well, brother Andy. Always great having you here. Ricky says AJ here and Deanna Perez is free to go wherever she wants with TNA and more. Yes, her deal comes up with TNA and she's not re-signing. I think that she probably already must have kind of done a handshake deal with somebody. Hence the reason why she's leaving. She's been with Impact Wrestling for so long, so she must have had a handshake deal done already. I think Tony Khan, one of his promotions, but we'll find out. So Dave Meltzer, right? He actually commented about CM Punk getting fired from AEW, and this is what Dave Meltzer says. So Meltzer says this. He says, "I know that when he was fired, that is when Punk was fired from AEW, I know that he was not that upset when he was fired." I don't know who told Meltzer about this, that Punk was not upset. Did AJ Lee tell him that? I don't know, but Meltzer says that Punk said that Punk was not that upset when he was fired. Meltzer says that he was told that he was not looking to be fired, but was not at all that upset about being fired. Again, I don't know who told Meltzer all of these details. Did AJ Lee tell him that, or did somebody else tell him that? But apparently Meltzer knows how Punk reacted to being fired by AEW. We've got True saying Bischoff should shut up. Eric Bischoff is telling the truth, says Andy. So we got two polar opposites opinions over here. I see. Andy says, AJ, I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm just referring to the... I know, Andy. I know. I'm just playing with you. You're awesome, Andy. Don't worry about it. You're awesome. Don't worry about it at all. Let's see. And, these days, people who can put people to sleep with their voice are making a ton of money on YouTube, doing ASMR videos and whatnot. I would never be able to do one. All right, here we are now. Oh. Michael Cole said, historic breaking news, and I was taken aback. I'm like, what did I miss? CM Punk signing with Raw. All right, that's historic indeed. Yep. All right, Miz and Gunther face to face once again backstage. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's not a bad stipulation at all. Gunther says, "All right, I'm gonna give you a challenge again. I'm gonna give you a title shot again. But if you cannot beat me, you cannot challenge for this title ever again as long as I'm champion." That's good. So Nautic says, so I guess as much as I hate to say it, Punk winning the Rumble confirmed. I don't know. I mean, more than likely, but then you also got Cody, right? So it's gotta be interesting. It would be funnier if if it turns out to be neither Cody nor Punk and somebody else wins the Rumble. That would be funny. I would like for Gunther to win it. Gunther, when I interviewed Gunther, he said that he is one of the favorites to win the Rumble. So I'd like to see him win the Rumble, actually. I think it would be pretty interesting. What else do we have here? We've got Eric Bischoff telling the truth, says Andy. Andy says, how long will it be until Punk is a heel? Great question, Andy. Great question. Honestly, just let go of Bloodline and pair Paul Heyman with Punk again. Honestly, bring back those days. Those were the best days, really. Yeah, I would say bring back Paul Heyman. Guys, commercial break. I've got some technical glitches again. BRB. Thank you. Alright guys, we're back over here, and seems like the match is on. Shinsuke Nakamura, Cody Rhodes, they're looking to lock it up. Some chain wrestling over here in her hands, and Shinsuke Nakamura grabs the arm of Cody Rhodes, twisting it up. Cody Rhodes trying to break free over here, rope break, and Cody has to let go. Good stuff. How long has it been since we actually got a Cody Rhodes wrestling on Raw? So this is truly special. Thank you for that, Ricky. Appreciate that. Archer and Little Jimmy wants to take over AJ's Watchalong show. That would be nice. That would be nice. You know, why not? R-Truth is welcome any time of the day, Andy. And now we've got Cody, who gets Shinsuke Nakamura in that corner on the second rope now. Cody landing those punches on Nakamura's head. Nakamura in a little bit of a trouble over here, but Cody Rhodes dominating, doing pretty well. We've got Cody tossing Nakamura down to the mat, and this could be a high-risk maneuver, climbing up to the top turnbuckle. Pretty sure Shinsuke Nakamura, there you go, knew this was happening, but Shinsuke Nakamura gets in there, hits Cody in the leg, and running over, now a knee strike over there to the ribs of Cody. Cody down on the apron, Shinsuke Nakamura running over again and kicking him out of the apron and down to the floor. Shinsuke Nakamura, this probably is going to be the cue for the first commercial break of this match, right? Yeah, there you are. There you are. If you go down to the floor, you know it's going to be commercial time. And commercial time it is. We are now on the break again, guys. Last 19 minutes of the show. And we are on the commercial break now. So far, how would you rate the show, guys? Are you pleased? Are you disappointed in the show? How do you feel about it? Let me know. Let's see. Wait, what is this about? Wow. So Lexis King, right, who recently joined the WWE NXT, been making quite a few waves over there. Apparently, some of his fans thought it would be funny to call themselves registered Lex offenders. Lex offenders, if you know what I mean, right? Not the S, but the L. So registered Lex is what a lot of fans have been calling themselves. And some of them also have been calling themselves intellectuals. Intellectuals. Not intellectuals, but intellectuals, which is quite funny. But Lexis King has now addressed those fans and what they have been calling themselves. He said registered Lex offenders is a little, as much as I think it's funny, it has to go. So that's what Lexis King said. He said, because we cannot have that on TV, it's a little too, I appreciate the creativity, you guys. Is what Lexis King said to the fans. So I had no idea that they were calling themselves registered Lex offenders, but that's crazy that somebody came up with that idea even, right? But Andy says, average, I'd only say that because I've been seeing back of my eyelid. I know, Andy, you're right about that. And Nardik says, AJ, I bought my wife a cruise as a Christmas gift. We will be heading to the Caribbean. That's amazing, Nardik. That is amazing, brother. You are an amazing husband, I can tell you that. That's fantastic. Beautiful, beautiful. So right to the new year, it's going to be a great February for you. That's amazing. All right. So we are now about 16 minutes away from the show going off the air. These guys better get back from the commercial quickly. And Teddy Long, the former SmackDown general manager, Mr. Holla Holla Holla, Teddy Long, apparently said that he believes that the returns of CM Punk and Randy Orton will help benefit and elevate LA Knight in the coming months, which is quite interesting. I definitely do not agree with that, but that's what Mr. Teddy Long actually thinks is going to happen, so that's that. But let's pull that up very quickly. 1 second. So here we are. So this is what Teddy Long said. Let's pull it up. He says, I don't think it'll just be the Randy Orton and CM Punk show. I think everybody will be involved, but just maybe Randy and CM Punk might be the highlights of the night. Randy and Punk are established, okay? They are a brand. LA Knight is trying to get there. And he said, I don't think that'll hurt him at all. I think anything they do with LA Knight, if he goes with Punk and Randy, the only thing it's going to do is elevate him. It's going to help him. I don't know. I still have not bought into the whole LA Knight hype. I mean, no disrespect. He's a good wrestler. He's a great talker on the microphone. I'm not a fan. So I appreciate the hype and the love that this guy gets. I don't know. And I definitely don't feel like I agree with Teddy Long here when he says that the returns of Randy and Punk's going to help LA Knight. I think it's just going to get him down the drain. Yeah, I feel so. He's just going to get overshadowed. Natty, that was sweet of you, says Andy. What is that about? Oh, you mean Nautic? I see. Yeah, you're right, Andy. Nautic's great. And here we are now. A headlock is locked in on Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes trying to get away. We've got some elbow strikes over here from Cody to Shinsuke Nakamura. Honestly, is Shinsuke Nakamura not wearing the same colors as Bronson Reed was earlier? Would be nice to see these two competing each other in the same, similar outfits. That would be interesting. And here we are now. Cody Cutter, but Shinsuke Nakamura gets out of the way and locks in the armbar. Quite interesting. That counter was something that I believe I've seen for the first time, from Cody Cutter to the armbar. But Cody, one more time, is looking to... he's going to go for the crossroads, but once again, Shinsuke Nakamura slips away, and there you go. Armbar locked in again. That's okay, Andy. That's all right. No problems. Yeah, the armbar is locked again. We've got the reddest neck over here, by the way. Good to see you. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. And that's right, we're watching Raw here. The show's almost over. But yeah, we have been watching Raw tonight. And it's been an interesting show. Nothing crazy, not a lot of fireworks, except for, well, if you want to take into account the Seth Rollins and CM Punk exchange, that was a bit of a fireworky moment, but it's been, other than that, an average show. Right here, we're getting Cody versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura now with a kick to the back of of Cody Rhodes, and now with a German suplex, Cody down, his head just hitting the mat over there, but Shinsuke Nakamura seems like he's confident. We've got, that's okay, Andy, that's all right. And now we've got Shinsuke Nakamura looking to fly off the second rope. Pretty sure Cody is not going to be able to get out of the way. There you go. A knee strike straight to the chin of Cody. Cody goes down one more time. Shinsuke goes for the cover, and it's a kick out. The match continues over here. Once again, much love to everybody. Skylar, we've got Say Let Lil Reggie, we got Pycast, and B Tony and Rattlesnake and everybody over here joining us tonight. Thank you for joining, and I hope you all doing well. Hope you have been enjoying Raw so far. It's been a pretty decent show. Nothing crazy, but a decent show nonetheless. And now one more time, we've got Cody Rhodes over here, twisting the leg of Nakamura, getting him down hard one more time. Nakamura trying to get back up to his feet. Oh dear. Cody dominating, right? He's taking on Nakamura literally limb by limb, right? Targeting the leg right now, and now it looks like he's looking to deliver the suplex, get Nakamura back into the ring off the apron, and here he is. That's right, he gets him down on the mat, back in the ring over here. We are 12 minutes away from the show going off the air, and Nakamura still in big trouble. Cody Rhodes over here. That's crazy, Nautic. Well, I'll see you soon, I guess, right? That's awesome. That's such great news. Hopefully, we're gonna meet soon. Andy says, looking forward to seeing Nikki Garcia's show. Oh, really? How about that show? What was that called? Twin Love? I believe that's available on Prime Video right now. But Twin Love, of course, featuring Nikki and Nikki and Brie also came out recently. I haven't checked it out myself, but I've heard rave reviews about it. So it's another show. But with that being said, guys, we are now back to a commercial break, the second commercial break of this match. We are 10 minutes away from the show going off the air. Not the best time to go to a commercial. Again, I've said this before, I'll say it again. Every time that they go to commercial breaks, especially during the main events, it's hard. Like, how do you expect the fans to stay tuned to the action if you keep interrupting them with commercial breaks, that two or three of them in a single match? That becomes a little bit of an issue, especially the main event. Like, main event should be the one that I believe, fans should be the most into, but they usually load up the main events with commercials. This main event, if you count the commercial that they also played between the entrance, this main event has already had 3 commercial breaks. And we're 10 minutes away from the show going off the air, so that's that. But anyways, I would like to thank everybody for being here tonight. YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, no matter where you've been watching this show from. Thank you so much, guys, for the love and for being here. It truly has been a pleasure watching this show with all of you guys. You guys are great. But Nautic, I hope that the cruise goes well, and that we do get to be soon. It will be great. It will be fantastic. And thank you, Andy. Much love to you. Let's see what else do we have going on over here. I think I got an interesting. So I had no idea. I really had no idea that Aubrey was once given an opportunity to sign with the WWE as a referee. But Mike former WWE referee Mike, right? Who also retired the same night as Ric Flair retired. Actually, Mike also worked the show. That was the Ric Flair's last match. And that show also turned out to be his own last match, as that was the last match that he ever officiated before announcing his retirement. So the former WWE referee Mike Yoda actually has shared a story about how Aubrey's audition for WWE actually once happened before she ended up joining AEW. So he says that, let's talk about Aubrey. She tried out for the WWE. We were looking for a female referee. I said, she's very thin, she's a good looking girl, and I'm thinking that she can be worked with. I would be able to work with her if we were looking for women in the business. So obviously, another referee put the caboose to it, shut it down. And I was like, what happened? I don't know. She did not work out, I was told. She did not work out. Why? The next thing you know, months later, a year later, she's on AEW. So apparently, she did an audition for the WWE. They wanted a female referee. But another referee, who he did not name, just said no. She did not work out. She did not work out. And no explanation was given to her, apparently. So that's that. But Mike says that she's a sweetheart, she's very nice, and when Mike went over to AEW, she took care of him and everybody else who was there, and she's always nice and always respectful of others. So he says that she could have joined the WWE if it wasn't for that referee to hinder her opportunity. So that's that. Not because I haven't to UAE, but I love that, brother. I love that. You are gonna be surprised when you come down here. It's yeah, it's gonna be good. Yeah, I can't wait. And here we are, brother. One more time, back from the commercial break. It is Cody Rhodes who flies to the outside, sending Nakamura back first into the barricade. And now Nakamura and Cody Rhodes battling it out, exchanging those elbow strikes. That's right. Once again, much love to everybody. Thank you so much for spending your Monday night with me. And as we know, 6 minutes to go before the show's got to be over. These guys are exchanging these elbow strikes here, back and forth. Shinsuke Nakamura with another tremendous elbow strike to Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes running over to Nakamura, taking him down just like that. Nakamura down. Cody Rhodes one more time with a nice dodge over here. And crossbody slam. That's good. Do you lift close? Yes. Yes. Oh dear. 1 second, guys. Yes, but I do. I do, brother. One second. There's one. I'll be right back. We're back here. Sorry about the interruption, but you're right. Yes, but Mumbai, you're right, Natik, was called Bombay at one point. That's when, I believe the Britishers were around. And, they continued to call it Bombay, actually, for quite a few years before it was ultimately renamed to Mumbai. But I am so used to calling it Bombay, like when I was a little kid, that's what we used to call it. I still call it Bombay, but now the actual name now is Mumbai, yeah. Both are pretty cool. But here we are now. Cody Rhodes back up on his feet. Shinsuke Nakamura flat down on the mat over here, as we can see. And Cody is, let's see, running over to the ropes. It's a spring. Oh, dear. Sweet kick over to Nakamura over there, taking him out, planting him down to the mat, going for the cover. But Nakamura once again with the shoulder up, and he kicks out just like that. Yes, it was all of it. It was all Bombay. Natik, yeah. And here we are now. Cody is getting ready. Except for the Golden Temple, though. That was not Bombay. And here we are now. Cutter delivered to Nakamura first hand. Nakamura is down and out. This could be it. This should be it. And finally, going for the crossroads. Of course, Cody Rhodes had to win this match, right? And seems like he will, but oh my goodness. Shinsuke Nakamura with a miss to the eyes of Cody Rhodes. And it's a DQ. Cody Rhodes wins the match, but via disqualification. This rivalry is not going to get over so quickly, so easily. Shinsuke Nakamura with a miss to the face of Cody. And of course, getting disqualified with that being said. Yeah, this rivalry is not going to get to an end tonight. It's going to continue. Yep, Andy, he did. Terrible. Following that up with a Kinshasa to the back of the head, Cody Rhodes is down and out. And this is how we close tonight's Raw. The highlight of the show tonight, without a doubt, was CM Punk signing with Raw, coming over here, then having the little exchange with Seth Rollins. Tonight was an average Raw. Next week's Raw also is going to be, for the looks of it right now, could be an average one. But after all, we've got, a Raw that's full of, tag team action. Let's see how it turns out to be. But unless the WWE starts believing in tag teams themselves, it's hard to get excited. Here we are now, Shinsuke Nakamura looking to pick up that steel chair. Oh my goodness, there you are. Speaking of tag teams, the Creed brothers come out here to the rescue of Cody Rhodes. Thank you, Nati. Now, the highlight for me was talking to you. Thank you, Nati. You're so sweet. And, looking forward to meeting you, hopefully, soon. But you're right, Anil. The Creed brothers are here to the rescue of Cody. Yeah? The ultimate baby faces looking out for a babyface move over here. Sweet stuff. Good for the Creed brothers, though. Good for them. All right. Thank you, Burman. Thank you, you're awesome. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It was a pleasure watching the show with all of you, as it always is. I'm going to be seeing you all soon. You all take care. Have a good night. Myself, I would rate tonight's Raw a 3.5 out of 5. Not the greatest Raw that I've seen. Not the worst. Not the greatest. I'm not going to be super generous with my ratings tonight, though. I would rate it a 3.5 out of 5. It could have been a lot better. I have seen a lot better. Definitely a lot better. The fans chanting on Cody Rhodes over here as he heads to the back. Alright guys, with that being said, thank you so much. Have a good night, sleep well, and I'm going to be seeing you all for the next episode. And with that being said, Shinsuke Nakamura comes back right in over here, taking out Cody. Thank you, have a good night, sleep well, and I'll see you the next time. Thank you guys. Much love.